Good morning, mother cluckers. Early morning psycho. I shouldn't even be up yet. That's the truth. Fadge, do you ever sleep? Do you just ever sleep? I don't think a lot of you. I think either a lot of you guys are vampires, or you know how they have internet robots and they never sleep. They're what do they call the damn things? Anyways, I'm just teasing. I'm teasing. You're first today in the sweepstakes, but that's only because nobody knew I was going to be doing this. I just decided to get my fat ass up this morning, and I thought I would at least have a. Oh, now Toby's here. You going to be coming up here, Toby? Toby, come here. Come here. Ah. Say good morning to everybody out there. Say good morning out there to all the lovely people. Yeah, I know I had a cough drop. No, I'm not sick. Anyways, here, say hi to all the people. Say hi. as you're like, what the fuck is this guy doing? Anyways, did you sleep okay? Yes? No? Someday we may do a enthralling interview with this cat. Anyways, you want me to let you go? Yeah, you're just staring off into space. Toby's, ladies and gentlemen. Oh boy. I'll give you sleepers for the week. Not when you have weeks like I've had. I need all the sleep I can fucking get. That's right, Mike. Always powered by coffee each and every time, even at 5:36 in the morning, my time. What are you doing? This cat. There will be a show later, by the way. This is just a morning little thing, just today anyway. So I want to say right off the bat yesterday here was Veterans Day, so I want to thank any of the people that are out here watching that were veterans or current, people in the military. Thank you for your service, honestly. Because without you guys, talk about, people that don't sleep. It's them. They have to keep us safe, or at least relatively safe, And so I thank them for that. I thank the military and the veterans and everybody else for that. Most people don't know that. Yeah, I almost went into the military too, actually. A long time ago, I was supposed to go into the Air Force, and then I kind of busted my leg. That kind of ended that, and I ended up going to college the first time around to be a teacher. That would have been, having me for a teacher would have been very strange. But what I wanted to teach was, I'm going to say truthfully, junior college would have been the lowest I would have gone on that. And that's not to make me on a high horse or nothing or better than anybody else, but let me explain why, and I'll tell you. So there was quite some time ago that I was considering being a history teacher, okay? Because I love history. I really do love history. And I think that, some of it's fascinating. But mainly what I wanted to do was concentrate on U.S. history. And my class, would there have been textbooks? Not really. I would have gone off and used alternative forms of media, of learning tools, if you will. And what I wanted to do at that time was teach the history that, that we knew when we were a kid, right? When we thought, some of you guys thought history was boring, I didn't. For some like me, history was exciting. Math was boring as all hell. Okay. I obviously, knew how to do the basic math, the add, subtract, multiply, divide. I knew how to do all that shit. I knew all my tables. And as we showed a couple episodes ago, 9 can be a naughty number. Due to thank you, Jason Nesmith, by the way, for doing that. Excuse me, Christian Nesmith. I'm tired. But then after I went off and I told what I wanted to do was really just pull back the curtain on this country and the system and really how corrupt the system is. And I had a teacher friend of mine tell me that I would be lucky if I lasted a year before they would throw me out. Well, you got to teach the kids. If there's facts, all right, and you are dealing with facts and you have evidence to support whatever you're teaching, then I say, good or bad, go for it, because people need to know this world can be a beautiful place, but it's not most of the time. It's kind of unkind. All right. And I think what's lacking in today's society, if you will, and it has been lacking for, many years. I'd say close to 20 years, maybe more, is that not only, okay, so I'm sorry, I know I'm going all over the place here, but that's what happens when you have ADD. So when I was a kid in the 70s, okay, I was taught the basics, not only in school, but in life. I was taught, I went to, whether you believe it or not, I went to Sunday school, went to all that stuff and was taught the basics of life and how you should treat somebody. Okay. What's that good old do unto others as you want done unto you? I still kind of feel that way. I really do. But in these last 20 years, roughly, I've noticed, and this isn't all of society, there's still about, maybe I would say 20% that are really good. They're good people. They are trying to make a difference in their lives and in the world. And that 20% of people, excuse me, I commend you. I do. I have seen way too much in my life. Horrible things. Not done to me, mind you. I've seen things that I wish there's not enough bleach to remove them. I know I'm being long-winded, but like I said, this morning. This is going to be a stream of consciousness thing, okay? What I'm saying is that we all have an expiration date in this lifetime. And I want to make a difference. That's part of the reason why this channel exists. Okay? Radio sucks down here. It has for quite a while. My last radio job was about a little over 15 years ago. So I like to come on here. This is my forum. And I can do what I want on my forum. Paul, what happened to that Dusty stream the other night? It ended as soon as you mentioned your favorite superhero. I am still trying to wake up. I do not. Wait a minute, who the hell did I mention? Oh, and by the way, on the stream ending on that, his internet was wonky, very, very wonky. He had my internet. Kind of felt bad for Dusty, but then I started hearing something about that there was reports in that time frame in California where the internet was wonky for a lot of people. So I don't think it was just Dusty. So society as a whole, I said whole, and I think, you know, like I said, okay, some people will take the view that the world can be a beautiful place. Some people take the view that the world is an ugly, cruel place. It depends on the person. It depends on people's perceptions and attitudes. And what can you do about it? What can you, as a person, as a human being, as an individual that lives here or wherever you're watching from, what can you do to make your world a better place and out there a better place? I don't watch the news anymore. I don't read the news. I used to be a news junkie. 3 newspapers a day. I'm serious. I'd read 3 different newspapers a day because I liked being informed. But you don't know everything. Nobody does. But you take the information that you're given, okay, and you run with it. And you try to do the best you can to navigate the landmines that are created by not so nice people in this world. Is it Remembrance Day in Canada? See, I know that you guys have got different holidays than we do. So, but still, like I said, so, all right, in a way, then Remembrance Day, excuse me, is like a Canadian Memorial Day, right? So so yes, like I said, I thank you and I salute veterans past and present, living and deceased. Zeb, I think it was you. I have to tell you something. I thought it was really funny. He comes on my little community post that I put. I think it was you, Zeb, and went off and said, "Psycho for president of the VC." And I responded, "A record on every turntable." See, that was a play on words in regards to back in about 100 years ago. There was a politician, and for the life of me, I cannot remember his name. And I think the Three Stooges even kind of spoofed this at one point or another. And the person running for office said, "I promise a chicken in every pot." Well, I flip that around sometimes and I go, "I promise a pot. I promise some pot in every chicken." If there was a little bit of pot in every chicken, I think this world would be a lot more comfortable place. Am I going to get the new Nectar box set? You know, that is actually, I'm going to tell you something, Zeb. That's a very good point. I don't even have that album on vinyl. I've been looking for it. There's not much left, as far as for discography for Nectar on vinyl that I'm looking for. But the first album, the live one that came out, I think it's 73, and Man in the Moon, the one from 1980 that wasn't released in the U.S. But the lineup was pretty much, if I remember right, it was all the classic lineup except for Derek Moore. I think was on that LP. I was listening to that on YouTube the other day. I had a grandfather who fought in World War I in Eastern Europe before he came to Canada in the mid-20s with his wife and 3 kids. I have uncles who fought in World War II. See, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. We have to thank these people because, all right, for a lot of people, a record a day keeps the doctor away. Unless you're Dr. Johnny Fever, and I would have loved to have been friends with Johnny Fever. I know it. Yeah, I know it's not that good. There is some good parts on it, and you're right. It is more album-oriented rock than prog. Um, I like, believe it or not, even though I missed Roy on it, Magic as a Child. There's parts of that album I like too, which is the last Nectar pickup I got was Magic as a Child. But you see, the one thing is with the discography on Nectar is, excuse me, make another record for 20 something years after Man, but I would love to find all the rest. And then, of course, there's a lot of messy things about the German Nectar, which we're not even going to talk about that because that's just an afterthought on that. Yeah, we can only do the best we can. Remember, we've only just begun to live. I'm sorry. I blame the coffee. That's actually a very valid point. But I will say this. AOR and Prague are kind of completely different. That I can tell you that much. There may be some Prague-ish elements in AOR. It's kind of funny. So you got AOR, album-oriented rock. You got MOR, middle of the road. Damn it. Sorry, guys. Yeah, please do. Please do. I would appreciate that very much. Yeah. Was it? I'm a fucking idiot. But see, I thought I've also heard album-oriented rock too. But you're right, adult-oriented rock. See, Psycho doesn't know everything. I never professed to. Now, excuse me. So back to the point. I know I'm rambling here. And you know what? We'll have a little fun. We'll have a little fun in a few minutes. Is that okay? So when I came on here almost 14 years ago, February, it'll be 14 years, guys, that I have been doing Psykos platters. Of course, only the last three and a half. Sorry, my eyes are itching. This happens when I wake up sometimes. Some people have gone off and said that maybe it's the cat that's actually giving me these allergies. And if that's the case, too bad, because Toby's staying for a while. All right, yeah. You see, you're in Norway, right? So 5:52 in the morning. 1 o'clock. Geez, so 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1. 7 time zones, huh? Jeez. I guess that would kind of make sense, wouldn't it? Because probably between Nova Scotia, Newfoundland and Canada, and is England the first? Yeah, England over there, right? You've got several hours of just Atlantic Ocean, so that would explain some things. I'll have your lunchtime for you, sir. So when I came on here 14 years ago, all right, first it was for fun, for little shit. Then I decided, okay, fine, we're going to show stuff from the collection that I had at the time, glorified show and tell, if you will. Then I decided, okay, fine, we're going to go and do back history on some of the material that I found. A lot of you people seem to like that. And I kept doing that. And for you people that are wondering about Jukebox from Hell, I just took a little bit of a mental break. I had to have it, especially after listening to that Mr. Bungle album. Sorry, Mello. We'll talk about that. Maybe I may do Jukebox Thursday, maybe. Season's almost over. Anyways, we're almost getting to episode 50 of JBH. There's a time zone on the East Coast of Canada that does a half-hour difference. That is kind of weird. Then again, as much as I love Canada, Canada's kind of weird in general too. As we have seen previous video evidence from people that do channels in Canada. That's not knocking you Canadians. I love you guys. You're like one of my biggest portions of audience, actually. My audience, I found out, is mostly US, Canada, and the UK, with just a teensy bit of Japan. I love having you guys. I think someday I'll go up to Canuckland. I will. I want to go up for at least, well, let's see. Before COVID happened, I wanted to go up there for 2 weeks because what I would have done was I would have taken at least 1 week's worth and gone and checked out all those classic Canadian bands that don't come down here to tour in the US. You know, back then it would have been, like April Wine or Trooper or any of those other ones. I would have gone and caught them. Then I would have gone and I would have spent probably a week in all the resale shops and the record stores I could find and just get, Canada only pressings. That's the thing, right? And I'll admit, I like, a lot of people say, oh, meet the Beatles. No. Capital Canada was called Beatlemania, if I remember right. That came out before the US press. The Monkees had a very unique greatest hits comp that I only found out about maybe a year and a half ago. That's on my list too. And of course, up in Canada, that would be RCA Victor. And yeah, I'm looking for that Little Bit Me, Little Bit You, She Hangs Out 45. The one that only lasted a couple of weeks and got pulled. I'd love to find that. I would. I would say I would love to get, I can't remember if Canada was one of the official countries that did a true mono press of the Birds, Bees, Monkees. I know there's certain ones to stay away from. Yeah, you're telling me, speaking of April Wine, they're down to one guy. They're down to one guy. That's it. I remember listening to them in, oh God, I remember hearing Roller in the late 70s on radio down here. And then, of course, in the 80s, Just Between You and Me, Enough Is Enough. That's not enough's enough. That's different, man. If You See K, I love that song, just how sneaky they tried to be, If you see K, tell her I love her. If you see K. I'm just like, to this teenager, I was like, I'm like, that's great. That's great. They got away with something. Of course, I also like Just Between You and Me when they do I think it's the French part in the middle, because, of course, you got your Quebecans, right? Quebec. So you have to excuse me, allergies. Hey, like I said, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Elvis Cup guy. When I see people walking by in a military, exactly. Okay, exactly. Son of the Gypsy Queen. Man, that chick was mean. I mean, there's other Canadian bands too. Well, and then there's some like, what was it? Firehouse. I was listening to Firehouse. I have a radio station, maybe one decent radio station, one. And I sometimes have to strain to pick it up. And they'll play hair metal. They'll play hair metal, some slight heavy metal. But then once in a while, they'll throw in U2 or some shit. And I'm like, and not the good U2 either. We're talking like later. And I'm like, shit. Now I'll go skip that for a little bit and then come back. And they're playing Firehouse, Don't Treat Me Bad. And they're Canadian too. Neil Young, lots of Alanis Morissette. I mean, you could go all day long with Canada stuff. Claw too. I mean, like I said, I brought up Trooper. Bunch of fun. Yeah, try. Yeah, thank you. I'm barely awake. Of course, Rush. And Triumph, Triumph did not get enough love in the U.S., in my opinion. Um, I remember, and I have to say this, thanks to MTV, or I wouldn't even have known of Triumph's existence, because I don't even really recall Triumph being played on the radio that much down here, at least not in Chicagoland. If anything, it would have been, oh yeah, Loverboy. That's right. They had that big hit. Everyone's murking for the weekend. If you saw last episode, you're gonna. Yeah, I got dinged. Can you believe that shit? I got dinged by one place, one. And if you watched the episode last week, the last episode, the BBC, those bastards. I went to educate. I love helping you people, including me too. I learned things. That 5.5 minute bit from the BBC, it was all mature about the history of the merkin in the early 17th century condoms. I'm like, what does that got to do with records? Absolutely nothing. He is at yeah, and you know what? And Choney too. Okay, you're right. Okay, if I had up to my head, somebody put it there, goes, you got to listen to one of these two, or I'm pulling the trick. It'd be Neil Young every time. I just don't care for Joni. I don't know if it's just her voice to me is just, it's not good to me. The closest thing that I like is Help Me. I like the song Help Me. But I hate Pave Paradise, Put Up a Parking Lot, her doing the original. I hate any of those versions. I hated Amy Grant's version. I know somebody else did a damn version of Parking Lot, and I would have loved to go back in time and punch Joni in the throat so that she never would have been. Hey Joni, no, I'm teasing. I think you saw it. See, I was supposed to see Loverboy. Was it last year? Earlier this year? I can't fucking remember anymore. Last year, and excuse me, but thing is that we had lawn, 105 degrees outside. No. Would you guys let me go get some coffee for 2 seconds? Don't run away, because I finally will get to the point of what I was trying to get to. I told you it takes me a while. What do you expect? I've been on for almost half an hour. Give me a second. Don't run away. See, 2 of you already left already. I said I was going to be back. 2 of you left. I had 21 people in here. Just hang on a minute. Well, thank you. All of you people stayed put. Thank you. As they're like, God, Psycho's a bossy asshole. I guess I sometimes am, even though I don't meant to be. Rush is no more because Neil Peart passed away. That's true. Although I heard that Alex and Getty are talking about at least doing the project together, which I think would be nice. Triumph isn't a band anymore. Although I heard, speaking of, that there is some stirrings for some upcoming project. BTO doesn't have all the original members. That's right. That's right. And we won't even talk about, God, I didn't even know about this, Dwayne, but like a few years ago, I think it was Robbie. Was it Robbie Bachman? I could get this completely wrong. Sorry. The drummer at the time, wasn't he arrested for crimes against certain group of individuals? I really don't want to say the word. And you're right, the Guess Who is not the Guess Who anymore. But here's the thing. So it sounds like Burton won the lawsuit. Burton and I don't know if Randy was involved, but at least Burton was. Did Burton and Randy get the name back? Yeah, I would love to see that. I really, really would. There was one time I remember for like one lineup somewhere that they got Fred Turner to come. Maybe that's what they need to do. Then they could go off. It'd be kind of funny because if you brought Turner in, and he could play bass and all that other stuff, you could have a Guess Who / BTO. You could play all of it pretty much, Yeah, he's gone too. Not likely to happen because of Gary Peterson and Jim Cale having issues with Randy. Oh, well, yeah, I know. They're not going to do it. I heard if anybody, and it would be marginal, is that Gary's got a slight more history than Jim does. Yeah, Jim was an okay. Just because you can be clever in the world of rock and roll when no one's paying attention doesn't necessarily mean that you should have grabbed the whole pie. And I know you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Well, Jim Cale, that's exactly what he did. He found out that after the Guess Who broke up, I think he applied for trademark in 77 or 78. It was before that 79 album on Hillsong. I can tell you that much. But yeah, and it's like it swooped right in, and I'm like, wait a minute. Just because other people were not aware does not necessarily mean, I don't know. Yeah, I normally wouldn't be. I normally would not. I'd be up in a few minutes, but yeah, I got up at 5 o'clock this morning. I did not mean to. Yeah, Bachman Cummings, it could happen. I saw that once. In total, I saw Burton Cummings 4 times live and met him. I saw Randy 8 times live and met. And I like Tal. Tal could be in the band too. It could be like an amalgamation, if you will. You could have obviously Burton, Tal Bachman, Randy Bachman, Fred Turner, and you know what? Get a classic. Okay, who out there in Canada land knows of a great drummer like that was on the rock scene in the 60s and 70s? Hell, even the 80s. Get a new drummer. Okay, there's your lineup for Guess Who. Seriously, and it's too bad that Jim and Gary kind of ruined this. Yeah, they could play the local. Yeah, and you know what? People would probably go and catch him at the local pool hall. Now, would I be one of those people? Only for 2 seconds, because I have Guess Who albums that need autographs. All right, maybe they don't need autographs. There was one time that the Guess Who showed up in my area. They did play the county fairgrounds up in Illinois, McHenry County Fairgrounds in Woodstock, Illinois. They did, and it was the Jim Cale, Jim Cale, Gary Peterson version, of course. This was like 2000. Oh God, 2005 or 2006. I can't quite remember, but they came through here. Tickets were super cheap. I'm trying to remember who the hell was the opening act. Was it Rare Earth? No. It was Mitch Ryder. That's who it was. Mitch Ryder was the opening act. That's kind of a strange double bill, but whatever. So I had Mitch Ryder albums I would have loved to have gotten signed. I even have the Detroit album from '71. Decent record. A few people have never heard that on Paramount Records. So I would have brought my Mitch Ryder albums. And then, of course, I had a handful of Guess Who LPs, and I would have tried to do the best in whatever albums I could find that had Jim and Gary and just get their autographs on it, And I heard both signed afterwards, in their respective merch tables. And that was back when in that lineup anyway. I bring up another, well, to you Canadians, classic band, the lead singer Coney Hatch, which I'm not going to lie, I don't really know any of their material. But it was the lead singer of Coney Hatch that joined the Guess Who for, their version for a while. So I probably could have gotten a Coney Hatch album or two. And I am one of those weird people that I'm an autographed chow hound. I mean, if I'm gonna go meet somebody, it's like, okay. I mean, another example of what used to be a great band and now is a shell of itself and has been since 1995, Molly Hatchet. I'm a big Molly Hatchet fan. I really, really am. The original stuff, okay? I happen to have not all, but most of the post 1995 Danny Joe Brown output because I've picked them up used dirt cheap because I'm not spending brand new for Molly Hatchet material because there is no, I should strike myself. There was around 2009 or 2010, Dave Huelbeck, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, original guitar player, okay, from the band's inception to 1987, came back into the band. He only ends up on one studio album and one live album. But from what I heard, some of the band treated Dave like shit, and that's just not right. And the reason why they got Dave back into the band, and I heard this from different points of view. In fact, I am surprised that the gentleman that I talked to on Facebook about this did not get pissed off. I just simply said, I'm not trying to, rattle your cage, but why did this not happen? And that was the late drummer, Bruce Crump. I had a handful of communications with him before his passing. In fact, I was going to send some Molly Hatchet albums down to Florida to get signed. And one of the things he said, and then I found out he also said it in an interview later, so it's not really a secret. But the fact is that the reason why Molly Hatchet took Dave and they managed to coax him was because Gator Country, which was another band, if you Molly Hatchet fans don't know about this, go look for the Gator Country CD. I think you'd be pleasantly surprised. And it's kind of strange because it also has Paul Raymond from UFO. He was a member of Gator Country with several original members of Molly Hatchet. They figured that if that Molly Hatchet could lure Dave away, then, it would make less credibility. There was a lot of bullshit Petty. There still is a lot of bullshit Petty, as opposed to Tom Petty, which is completely different kind of Petty. Yeah. Yes, that's right. Envy. I have not heard that one, believe it or not. Robbie Bachman. That's right. Robbie. Oh boy. I'm not going to tell you guys. Look it up on Google if you care to find out, but you ain't going to like it. Randy Bachman, Burton County. Yeah, huh? That's right. Fred's not in BTO anymore. I feel stupid. I wonder what happened. Shit. See, that would have been nice. But for the Guess Who amalgamation, they could have brought Turner. Oh, I'm sad about that. You know what? Let's do some levity for a minute. Would you mind if I do that? Considering it is the morning, and like I said, we will be doing another another video later. I don't know when yet, guys, so I don't have a time frame. But since I've got coffee, I figure, let me tell you a little story about one day that I happened to be visiting a jailhouse. I was visiting the county jail once. I was. And, and there was some weird stuff that went down. And I was just like, how silly is this? You know? And then to top that off, this kid runs in. I'm just sitting there trying to yap with the county sheriff. And I don't know. This went on.
Hey, Paul, guess what I am? Boop, 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 boop.
Boop, 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 boop. Oh, you're that Perkin jar of Instant Maxwell House coffee. It's a good thing, too, because it's time to tell the folks about Instant Maxwell House and why it's so good. Instant Maxwell House is real perk coffee in a jar. That's why you get that real perk flavor in your cup. You'll like it. So remember.
That's right. I remember the other ones. Ritz, good cracker. Remember when he did those? Oh boy. Let's see. Then, of course, so not only did Andy go and peddle this stuff that I love so much. I don't know about Andy. I actually liked Andy, the Andy Griffith Show. Now, Mayberry RFD, not so much. But then I remember, though, that there, Vultures, was another one that, they ended up having, they kind of got accused for a while of harboring a witch. I know, kind of strange, right? It's kind of strange harboring a witch when you're in the middle of a coffee company. But it does happen, I guess. There's witches everywhere. There is. Hell, I even probably dated and at least married one. Oh boy.
$5 on it. Want him at 5? Here it goes then. Sold down in front of 4.5. Cora.
Hi, Cora. My father had a clock just like that.
It's only $25.
You stole it, if it runs.
Shut up.
Good.
This is perfect.
He doesn't talk about my coffee that way.
This is Maxwell.
That's because you put poison in it.
I think it tastes best.
Good to the last drop.
That is what the fucking says on the can.
Always good. Try some yourself.
That's right. It's got bits of Mr. Maxwell in every cup.
Hi, Cora.
Hi, kids. Get that clock running?
Sure did, and her coffee's been fantastic.
Maxwell House is the only kind I sell. Like they say, good to the last drop.
Maxwell House Coffee from General Foods.
That's
Always
right.
good to the last drop.
Damn right. Hey, damn right. I'll drink any damn coffee as long as it tastes decent. I'm not like brand specific. I'm still working on the IHOP stuff. I am. I thank God the stuff was on clearance because I really would not buy this stuff at full price. It was IHOP's buttery syrup flavor. I try not to really do the flavored coffees unless it's clearance, unless it's clearance. And then that'll be perfectly fine. I'll take a stab at it. I did find out, though, I'm not a big fan of chicory. I did manage to get some of that on clearance. And See, now that I bet you would be pretty cool. I almost would love to see you, whatever your collection was for autographs, Dwayne. I would. And then there was this lady that I kind of remember seeing, and one day I kind of said, you know, don't I know you from somewhere? Didn't you used to like live in an apartment complex with some crazy redhead? You know? And yeah, kind of looked at me fucking weird, but you know, and then yeah. Oh boy, yeah. That crazy redhead. Not a big fan of the crazy redhead, but
So, you're the other woman in his life. My husband's always raving about Maxine's coffee and how much better the coffee is at the office than at home. No cause for divorce. But how Maxwell House instant coffee smell. I never knew an instant could smell
Fred
that
Mertz
good.
is in that jar.
You beat our instant by a mile.
Right, delicious. And your next cup will taste as good as your last. Maxwell House instant. Could be the best instant of your day.
She must be drinking a lot of that coffee. The way her eyes bugged out at the end. I'm just like, whoa. When you got that, then maybe you've had too much. I probably have that, and I still haven't had too much. You know what? This might be one of the best morning greetings I got. Holy crap, it's you. I'm just doing this for like till 7, okay? Because I got to go pick up kids and do my morning errands. I will be hitting up an antique mall later, though, because they refreshed their vinyl stock. So will I have some Psycho finds later? Yes, I will. I at least have some 45s. Yeah, I love 45s. You people know that. And the story behind that, which I'll share later, is kind of half interesting anyway. Half. See, I don't blame you, Fred. So the wife buys it. Okay, so Mrs. Fred. Is it Ethel? Is Ethel? Jeez, he's like, fuck you, Paul. Flavor. Oh God, I tried. Oh God, no. I'm sorry, Fred. No. Flavor crystals. I tried that shit. I can't stand it. Yes. I just don't have a time frame. I'm sorry. Go ahead. This is what I heard though. Folgers finally ran out of so for many years there was bits of Abigail Folger in every can of Folgers coffee. Too soon? Is that one too soon? Hey, Floyd. Floyd, you want some coffee? You know, Andy, hold on a second. I'm just gonna take a little off the top. Yes. Anyways, sure. Sure. Can you get me? Can you put one? Can you put one lump in there and put a little creamer in there too, just a little bit? Oh yes. Yeah, that's right. That's damn it. You released the secret. Abby was the flavor crystals. I'm so fucking horrible. I really am. This is the reason why I love you people. At least most of you. I don't have to love everybody. And this channel is not a kumbaya channel by any means whatsoever. It's hard to get a decent cup of coffee in the States and Canada. You know what? I'll tell you something. That is another thing. When I do go up to Canada and visit, I do want to go to a Tim Hortons. Now, my son, back when he had excuses to go, well, actually, he took a vacation for 2 weeks in Canada, excuse me. And if I knew he was going to do that, somehow I would have gone and quickly taken the time off, paid my own way. I just would have gone and drove with him. You know, I would have made enough room. And then I could have gone and visited Canada, you know. And one of the first places was Tim Hortons. And the only thing I asked was, I said, hey, is there any way that you could get like a coffee mug or something from Tim Hortons? And that's what he did. I've got a travel cup with Tim Horton logo on it. So when that lady at the restaurant said that they switched their real coffee, they were like, what, I paid a lot for this? Oh boy. Yeah. I would go off and play the SNL coffee bit, but since SNL don't love me either, and they fucking blocked me due to that Worst of Soul Train that I showed weeks ago, SNL can go fuck themselves, along with the BBC. They can fuck themselves too. There's ways for me to get around it. But you know what, though? We talked about coffee, though. We've talked about coffee, but I feel so bad. I really, really do. Because I didn't get a chance. You know, we didn't have any food to go with this yet, did we? We didn't have any food. So I kind of feel bad about this. This is a fucking commercial, so you guys can lay off of me. All right? Everybody at YouTube likes to crucify me, just like a lot of other people do. But I want to have some fun today in the show. So, like I said, we had coffee, but I forgot to give you guys the cereal. I really feel bad.
Peter has a lean and hungry look.
Yes, and I'm afraid he's sinking fast.
We must operate immediately. Bull,
Sugar.
look. 90 cc's of Kellogg's Rice Krispies. I think the patient's responding to the Rice Krispies, Doctor. Congratulations, sir. A brilliant use of snap, crackle, and pop. With enough Rice Krispies, will he be able to play the bass again?
Yes.
That's kind of weird. He never could before.
The Monkees, brought to you by Kellogg's. Kellogg's best to you.
That's right. And how about this one?
And they're off on the Kellogg's Rice Krispies mileage test. One of these gentlemen has eaten Kellogg's Rice Krispies with a famous snap, crackle, and pop additive for greater mileage. The others have had a breakfast without snap, crackle, or pop. There goes one now. It's the popless one. And there goes
Popless one.
The snapless one. The one with the snap, crackle, and pop is still running smoothly. Look at that power. Now, shouldn't you be using Rice Krispies in your bowl?
The Monkees, brought to you by Kellogg's. K-E-double-L-O-double good. Kellogg's best to you.
That's right. Unfortunately, the real winner in that race was Mickey, wasn't it? Too soon? I don't know. I'm so horrible. It's been 26 years ago last month when I stopped drinking coffee. Oh, God, no. Get back on it. Get back on it, Dwayne. Is this, I don't know. I haven't gone to I haven't visited him in a while, like a couple of years. Yeah, I bet it did. I wouldn't be surprised. So, anyways. Oh, geez. I appreciate you guys being here with me. Hopefully we'll have a better show later, of course. This is just a what the hell kind of thing. But I will say this, though, please. I've done this show, like I said, for 14 years, and I've done live streams for three and a half of that. And I will say this, and I'll thank these people publicly. I thank Rachel's Ghost, and I thank Joe Mayo, and I thank Richard the Music Maniac, okay? And I thank them all the time because they're the ones that inspired me to finally go into that arena, okay? Like they do. And sometimes they can have awesome shows. All of them. But as I've also said, this is a no politics, no religion zone. I don't want to deal with that. Most of the time, what do we do here? We do music. Lately, of course, I've been throwing commercials and music bits, but you know what? It's because I like doing that. Of course, I won't be doing that so much thanks to having to, I got, what was it, 10 strikes? Well, not strikes, but 10, it was too much work to clean up. So 2 to 3 at the most in a broadcast. But that's why you have to kind of be here live, or at least within the first hour or two of replay, because then I start cleaning things up and trimming segments. And so you guys might miss parts. So that's why you got to be here when you can. What? Nabob coffee? Hang on a minute. Now you got me wondering. Let me see if I can pull up something then, because I never heard of that. Wow. It came up right away. Hang on a second, guys. Let's try, since I never saw any of these. Let's just show one. Sorry, they were playing for Amazon, of all things. They were playing Canned Heat's Going Up the Country. I love Canned Heat. So let's play one of these. I'm curious. From 1985.
If these were all the coffee beans in the world, how many would be good enough for nabob? Well, if they're not quite ripe, they're not for nabob. If they're grown too low on the mountain, they're definitely not for nabob. Nabob only buys the beans that meet nabob's strict standards for flavor and aroma. Many are picked. Only a precious few are chosen. The rest just don't measure up.
Wow. Now I'd want a can of nabob. Just to try it, if it even exists anymore. You Canadians will know that. Does nabob still exist anymore? And if that's the case, kindly send me a can of nabob to... I'm half serious. Does Tim Hortons have their own coffee brand too? Because I'd like to get some of that too, if anybody would ever care to. I think you could send, yeah, you could send coffee through the mail. No. Like I said, I just happened to, although I heard that Rachel's mic might have screwed up or something, or there was some technical difficulties. So for you people that are RG fans, well, cross your fingers and see if she has a broadcast today, because I guess she was having such issue last night. At least that's what I heard. Little birdie told me that. Yeah, Sanka. Yeah, with bits of Robert Young. With bits of Robert Young in every cup after he died. True story. All right, it's not a true story. It's not a true story. But that is funny. I did try Sanka and when I had to. And not the crystals. That is shit. But at least, if you had to have decaf, then I guess you might as well just you might as well just have at it.
Can the foods you eat affect the way you feel? Of course. That's why many people are serving their families lean meats, fish salad, and coffee without caffeine.
1977.
Sanka brand decaffeinated coffee. In fact, last year, many doctors recommended Sanka brand by name to almost 4 million caffeine-concerned Americans like me. It's 100% real coffee. And after you take in that hearty aroma and full, fresh flavor, you'll wonder, what's all the fuss about the caffeine being gone? I love the taste. And now that I'm drinking Sanka brand, there's no caffeine to make me nervous or tense, and I really feel good.
Maybe I like being nervous
yes, I
and
think
tense.
it's a good thing that people are more concerned about what they eat and drink.
Not really. That's why I'm
Sacrifice
fat.
good taste. Sanka brand decaffeinated coffee. It's the coffee you can feel good about.
There you go. And after all, father does know best. See what I... Anyways. So you were positive you thought that see, I never, but here's the thing though, I never had any problems with Miss You. Actually, I in fact never had a problem with Miss You. The Jack kid scared the poor girl away. I don't get what you're saying, but no, okay. Let me go get another cup of coffee, okay, so I can be nervous and tense all day. And we'll talk about the elephant in the room just for a few minutes. Okay? Don't go nowhere, you 18 people, please. All right. So, oh, she fixed it. All right. Well, then maybe you will get a show today. Her audio's been her audio's been shite for days. I've tried to tell her a couple times, but she wouldn't fucking listen. How the hell can you people watch that ridiculous shit every morning? You know what? I'm guilty. I mean, here's the thing, though. Yes, I watch, even if it's just a couple minutes. It depends on the topic. Once again, if she's going to talk about politics or religion, I stay out of it. I don't even watch it. If there's some drama going on, and I know that my name has been in and out of people's mouths for the last few days over there. Let's taster's choice. But yeah, VGR, I got no life, and I usually clean my apartment when she's on. Gets me cleaning quicker. Hell, there, whatever it takes. So play the Maxwell House 2006 ad. 2006 ad. Well, let's see what I can do here, okay? Let's see. I don't know. Oh, is it this? I'm only coming up with two. So oh boy. Already right off the bat. Ladies and gentlemen, I saw the start of this. Now, I'm not making fun of anybody. This is what represents, though, where coffee comes from. That's all I'm saying about this. Oh, boy. Hang on a minute. Oh.
We only grow the finest beans. And they're hosted by our expertise. Our house. Each bean is custom roasted to its peak. Our house. Our full flavor can't be beat. Just one sip and you'll be sold. This coffee's really rich and bold. Our house. It's always good to the last drop. Make it your house at Maxwell House.
There you go. I never saw that before. That was actually all right. I thought the way that started, I'm like, oh no, where are we going with this? Oh, there's an interesting way of putting it. Yeah, I know. Real stream. I know. Although, you know what? Somebody went off and said, and maybe eventually I could actually turn this around a little bit, that I could put my coffee maker right next to me and I wouldn't even have to leave, right? I never said I was a real streamer. Real streamer. I do love old commercials. I think they're fun. That was back when kind of, you really should. I've tried that, James. I go to the smaller ones, the smaller companies that are starting out or whatever, and I have tried to reach out to some of them. I'm not going to lie. I started working on we should also do, Nabob, my bad. It's Richard's fault. Dolan Power. Yeah, horrible commercial. That's what Fred says. They just don't make them like that anymore. See, I never saw that one. Anyways, so Psychoplatter has tried to be a show about fun. And maybe you learn something too. I don't mind that. I think you could do both. So, yeah, see, Dwayne. So, with the Tim Hortons, I'm going to end up having to probably, I'll have to see if I can maybe order some online or some shit. Yeah, you might as well save your password for later. That's right. It'd probably make more sense. But, so some people can't seem to keep my name out of their mouths. I don't mind. I said this before. I don't give a shit what anybody thinks about me or my show for that matter. I've been here almost 14 years. I've also said this before. Lord willing, here's to another 14 years because I'm going to be here, hopefully, longer than some of these other channels that are out there. Well, that's all there is to it. And the people that are butthurt, get over it. Yeah, get over it. We had to in school. I will say this. I'm not going to talk about this topic again after today. I'm serious. None. I will not talk about this. And some of you guys are probably going to record this, dissect it, and people are going to talk about this shit. Fine. Do what the hell you want to. I'm not, there's no secrets here. But the people that are butthurt, in whatever reasons, that's on them. So I do have trolls in this channel. But guess what? Some of them are respectful. We can have conversations. They're mature and fun. It's the people that are thin-skinned and cannot maybe sometimes have a decent bowel movement. I'm guilty of that once in a while. See, now I'm gonna get bombarded by the X-Lax people. What do you mean by decent bowel movement? But I don't take myself seriously. I never have while I'm doing this. I almost don't take myself seriously in life. Come on, we're all gonna die. I know you're like, no, Psycho, Jesus. But what I'm saying is that you don't hold grudges if you can. Because you never know. You just never know when, you know, if you maybe done wrong to somebody, say you're sorry. Get the shit over with. Rip the Band-Aid off. Okay? Love your people while you can. And, you know, I listen, there's one of the sponsors of a radio show I listen to is actually a funeral company, okay? And when they go off and mention that your loved ones will remember you forever. No, they're not. After 2 years, they'll forget about me. I'm dead by then. I'm not going to care. That's because I got up at 5 a.m. That's why, and I didn't mean to. Yeah, I guess not. And you know what? It's on them. All of it's on them. It is. Because all I've ever tried to be is neutral. Really. Neutral. Now, have I made mistakes? Oh, fuck yes. I've had people privately behind the scenes go off and go, why do you have so-and-so on? Why do you have this person on? Why do you have that person on? It's not good. You know what? I'm going to do what I'm going to want to do because it's my damn show. That's all there is to it. And like any television show, like any radio show, like any internet show, that person has the choice to either continue to watch it or change to another channel. Yeah, it's plain and simple. It really is. I'm not in the mood to diagram it or make a diorama about it. I think I would say that my people here, and I say my people, are some of the most intelligent people that I've actually ever at least encountered through the internet. Like I said, I'm out for having fun. I am. And I don't mind pushing buttons once in a while. Richard Dolan's a good sport. He knows that I love him. You know, Dolan is not my favorite punching bag. And Richard, maybe you're watching, and if you're not, watch this later, because he knows I love him like a brother. You know, I've got my brothers and sisters here at the VC. And Jen, you know what? She's one of the best damn people. She really, really is, for me anyway. Maybe not for you guys. She's maybe not for everyone, but neither am I. I had to go off and explain this the other day. I'm a little more, not much, but tampered down at work a little bit, okay? My personality is about 75% of what you see on this show. And some people love me and some people hate me. And I'm like, guess what? I am like vanilla. I am the common denominator. Not everybody likes vanilla. That's all there is to it. So to you haters out there of me, free cup of coffee for you if you like coffee or any other caffeinated beverage of choice. And then after that, don't let the door hit your ass on the way out. No, seriously, though, we try to have fun here. And I will say this one, too. Whatever happens outside of Psykos Platters, okay, with other people that are on my panel is not on me. Okay? It's not on me. I am not going to take responsibility for other people's actions outside of Psykos Platters. If you have a beef, take it up with the person that's outside this channel. I will not deal with this. I'm not going to. I'm not going to bring this up again after this moment here, because from now on, it will be the show that it always is, minus whatever bullshit drama people try to drag in. I'm not doing it. This is my manifesto. As Zeb went off and said that I should run for president of the VC, which I don't want, but it's my State of the Union address. Yes, I will not put up with this shit anymore. Okay, so the butthurt people out there, get over it, or don't watch anymore. That's all there is to it. And like I said, there's certain people that I know that some of my trolls are smart. Some of my trolls are respectful. As long as nobody fucks with anybody in my channel, you get to stay. I don't care. And yes, that, you know, and here's another thing too. I'm not going to call names out on this one, but there's a certain individual that I thought me and him were good. I really, really did. And that certain individual claims that I allowed another individual to talk some smack, which wasn't really good smack, I guess. And I allowed it. Now, I got to tell you something. Before Jen, and Jen is a great moderator. She ain't perfect, and I'm not either. So maybe some comments might have slipped through. And you know what? Everybody's human. Everybody makes mistakes. So that person that might be a little butthurt on me because I might have missed some poisonous comment, all I can simply say is this. I'm sorry about missing the comment. I'm not perfect. I can't catch all of it, okay? And if I maybe posted whatever it is, because I don't even know what the hell, somebody told me what it might have been. I don't even remember the damn comment. And here's another thing. This one, I have nothing against this person, so I'm just going to throw this name out. People are asking me, Paul, why did you ban Dave the pickup artist? I don't recall banning Dave. I'm not going to lie to you. Would I have kicked him off? I've kicked off a few people. Okay, I've banned some fake accounts. You see, because some people are blaming that it's Jen. Jen doesn't have the power to remove people. I do. So if I'm removing somebody and I'm banning somebody, somebody must have done something or said really out there for me to do it, because I'm a guy that can put up with a lot of shit usually. So it must, if I did ban Dave, and I don't know if I have, I'm being very serious here. Is this a Biden moment? Maybe, except I didn't crap my pants in front of the Pope. So I'm just saying, if I did, that it must have been a doozy, okay? Because I didn't mind the junior high jokes. I've heard them all before. I probably read the same damn book. And I've used a few of them on this show probably too. So no, I try not to single anybody out, okay? And like I said, the only reason why I'm bringing Dave's name up is because I really don't remember. If he's banned, it had to have been something bad in my eyes for me to do it. That's all I'm saying. And I know some people have gone off and I'll mention, people have brought up Will. You know what? And I'll say this. A majority, okay, I like Will's channel sometimes. I love Will's collection of music. My God. In fact, he might like some of the 45s I found. But, Will is his own person, right? Will is his own country. Oh, good. I know. You know what, my friend? You must have gone really deep way back in that stream, because I didn't bring this up very much. Ladies and gentlemen, live from camera 4 in the Carolinas.
How you doing?
I'm fine. And by the way, I need to say a public apology to this man right up here on the screen. I feel so stupid. And when you said what you said after I put it up there, I'm like, fuck. And so let me explain to everybody out there that I kind of put a declaration, because now that it's getting to be Christmas time, Thanksgiving, all that stuff, a picture of the Island of Misfit Toys people popped up in my feed, and I go, oh my God, this would be really good. And I remembered almost everybody but Jeff, and I'm like, son of a bitch, I cannot believe I fucking forgot my brother from another mother. And I'm like, and then I don't know if you saw my comment, I put a care symbol, I said, it is on me, I am sorry. And then I edited the post and stuck you in there too, because you are one of the members of the Island VC Misfit Toys. You are.
Oh, yeah. I'm the Charlie.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you're the Charlie in the. I can't even do the fucking voice. I can't.
Nobody wants to play with a Charlie in the
Yeah. Well, I love it.
Hey, I actually got records to show today.
Ooh, don't that make me peach? It's a very love it or hate it flavor too. It depends. Like I like it in tea. You can't eat chocolate. Oh, Dwayne. Oh, Dwayne. God, what happened? Dwayne, I feel bad, Dwayne. Okay, go ahead, my friend.
I stopped over at Goodwill, and they had all these 45s without sleeves.
By the way, how much do they charge there for those?
45 cents for a 45.
What the fuck? Why can't mine do that? They're bullshit over where I'm at. The Goodwills. They're ridiculous
I
prices.
got this many.
Ooh, yes. I love 45s. I'm a sucker for 45s. So are you.
All the A sides are in great shape. All the B sides are not.
Huh. Okay.
You know, so it's what you want is A side anyway.
Jen, I'll be up probably for about up on screen for about at least 20 minutes. So get your coffee and come on up for a few. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Jeff.
So I went through all of them and I grabbed a few. There were a few, a lot of these are oddballs.
I love oddballs.
But hey, I have two oddballs, so there you are.
For some, yes, Marty. Hey, Sean.
Okay, first, Abraham, Martin, and John.
Ah, yes.
By Dion.
Yes. The last hit from Dion, pretty much. Yes, yes.
Here, this one, I'm like, yeah, got to get that one. I don't know if you can see it. Listen,
what is it? Oh, okay. Listen, people. Sure, sure.
Yep, and the B side is a song from Hold On, the movie, and I've got that soundtrack down there.
Oh wow, okay.
The song's called "Got a Feeling." It's awesome.
Here
we go. Here's
Hi, Dave.
Now, when you talk oddballs, Jay Giles Band did a cover of this, but this is the original by the Strange Loves. Let's see if I can turn it. Maybe.
Oh, okay.
I want to be with you in the nighttime.
Wow, you know what? I got to tell you something. And that's the one fun thing, Jeff, is that when you come across a band that is known for their big damn hit and you find anything that's not the big damn hit, you grab it up because you're like, ah, shit, yes. So, I mean, that's kind of cool. I've never seen that out in the wild. Not that 45.
Because I didn't know how many covers the Jay Giles Band actually did, but they did a lot of covers.
Mm-hmm, that's right.
But they did cool ones, like all garage band shit. I love that.
Oh, definitely.
What is it? Oh, here's an oddball by the Royal Teens.
Short shorts. Yes. I remember that from the Nair commercial. They used to play that. Yes.
Yep, and that New York accent is fantastic on that. Oh, here we go. I don't know. I forgot who did because somebody covered this on the Rain Man soundtrack.
Ladies and
Hey, it
thank
works.
you for
It
your
works.
patience. I am so fucking sorry. That was not actually on me.
Oh,
My
I know.
my
I saw it struggle even trying just to
yeah.
get as far as in here. So no, that's not on you. That's on their end.
Well, one of the friends that I happen to have that's local said, "Hey, what's the deal? Do you know what's going on with Cox?" And I'm like, "Ah, shit." So maybe somebody hit a pole, or maybe there was a. But I'm sorry. But I'm glad to see you here. I don't know. I'm only going to be maybe on for a little bit, or at least until the kid goes up and goes, "Can you come and get me from work?" So he hasn't said anything yet. So I figure, what the hell? But anyways, hi. Yes, everybody,
Hi.
grab your coffee. You're the 12 people that are still here. Thank you so much. I'm so sorry about that shit. And Jeff Allen, I'm sorry. We were just doing really good with the 45s and the damn thing froze. So if you want to come back on here, Jeff, we'll
Yeah, it
finish the
seems like
rest
it's
of it.
working now.
Better now than later, because I mean, hopefully that's the end of that shit for the rest of the day. But good
No
morning.
kidding.
Are you having your cup of
Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
I'll see.
And I
There
will
you go.
appreciate the cup.
Oh, that's nice. That's not. Oh yeah, look at that. I like
With the
that.
rainbow room aesthetic.
I love that. Yes. I always thought the Rainbow Room stuff was some of the best clips that ever. Yeah, you're starting to. Oh God, you're starting to miss Real Player. I remember that shit. I do.
The
Yeah,
best
we've
part of
gone
Real
blank.
Player was the media visualizer thing with it that always looked like an acid trip. That was my favorite part of all of it.
Oh boy. You know what? I may have to make a short, brief appearance because I just got an alert that somebody else is on too. Maybe for 2 minutes later. Later if they're on. And I'm not doing it now though. So yeah, maybe it's time we jump on the magic bus.
Too much magic bus.
Yes. Takes me to you. Yeah, yay. I know, right? Yay. Psycho and his internet. But it's not just me though, guys.
No, it
Dusty,
really
I
wasn't.
felt bad for Dusty. My coffee cup's got something other than coffee in it. Could it happen to be could it be an Irish coffee? I've had a few of those. I have.
During election week, I had those almost every morning.
There's still a bottle of vodka. I don't think vodka and coffee would go really well,
Mm-mm.
but some good whiskey, just a shot or two.
Yeah.
Oh, what, Toby? What do you see? What is it?
Is it a
Toby's
bird?
been up. I don't know. You never know with Toby. You missed. I had Toby on earlier. Toby. Oh well. Toby. See, this is the thing though. She is so set in her ways because it's almost time for human mom and dad to come home from work that she just waits right there.
That's so cute.
I know she did that, like that little clock in her head's like, it's time for me to wake up.
Yeah, I went down to get my coffee, and like where the dog's pen is that she sleeps in is like we have one of those open floor plans with the kitchen into the living room, and hers is kind of in between the two rooms. So to get into the kitchen, I had to walk past her and turn the light on. She's just like already standing up, just staring. I'm like, boy, you are creepy when you do that in the dark. Can you not?
I remember my old internet connection too, and I don't want it back. That was boom. She made it. That's right. Boom goes the dynamite. That's right. Squirrel. She just turned like, where?
She's like, I want to eat a squirrel.
Mrs. Squirrely Squirrel Butter, as my grandson would say.
You leave Rocky alone.
Hey, Bullwinkle. I'll tell you. Yeah, this was just a hey, I'm up this morning. I don't really give a shit. Showing all those coffee commercials and all that other shit. That's what I figured. I thought. And
Well,
like
I wish I had looked at YouTube earlier because the worst part, I think I was up most of the time you were on. I had no idea you were on.
Well, like I said, it was all last minute. I'm like, why am I up at 5 in the morning? What the hell? And I'm like, I was in bed by 10. I was in bed by 10 for once because I was just like, there's
so early. I crash out at like 8 now. I'm pathetic.
Isn't it? Well, yeah, but it doesn't help that it damn gets dark now at like in the 5:30 time period in
I know.
where
I
I'm
was like,
at.
why does it feel like midnight already? It's 5
Yeah,
p.m.
it's like shit. What the heck? But no, we're gonna have a show later. It's just I don't know when yet later. But I thought I was like, oh, we'll do this, and I made my manifesto. Like I said, we're done with certain topics now, and I'm we're gonna move forward on things, and that's the only way to be.
I only
That is
saw the tail end of it, so I'm half worried. I was like, oh, did somebody grief you over me being here after a certain
No,
cat?
absolutely
Okay.
not. Absolutely
Okay.
not. I just was. It was a generality statement
Gotcha.
based with yes. So, what's the T-shirt say today, Jen?
Liza's at the palace. When I got in
Li-
New York.
It's Liza.
Yeah, there we go.
There you go. Hi, Piccolina. But boy, oh boy. Like, we'll talk about this later, but I am already up to 1991
You
in
are
that
whipping through
book.
that book.
Well, no, if I really, I could have got that book done in a day, but the way I hate to say this, it's my bathroom reader. Anyway, so
That's
it's like
okay. No shame.
91, and
This
I'm
is
just
mine.
like, my God, oh my God, the 80s were not real. The 80s weren't exactly kind to him, was it?
No.
And then some. I am just like, and in that book, we'll just say this much, people, that they take excerpts of court documents and certain things, and I'm going, oh my, no wonder why. No wonder why. So it kind of answers a bit of the question, though, this much. Well, why didn't Michael didn't have the time, whether if he wanted to do it or not. He didn't have the time. He wasn't going to be able to do it. And the one-offs at LA were perfect for him. But the LA people got lucky. You always knew that LA. So what they need to do, though, okay, and
it's released that so professionally.
Yes, they need to put out a quality, and they could do it because I saw it on YouTube. A lot of us have seen the Bournemouth, England show. It's a wonderful show from 97, and I am just like, it needs to come out. It needs to be cleaned up, put out there legit, and there it is for a very cool product. Now, I didn't know this. They touch into that book. Now, I didn't know that 89 concert, I think it was the day before, the day after the Hollywood Star induction, that I did not know that he played that whole show, okay, with them, and that he actually did Joanne and Cruisin' in the set list. I'm going, what? And I'm like, this is the first time I'm hearing this.
Even in the bootlegs I have seen of that show, I've never seen those two songs. So I'm like, where is the footage of that?
Yeah, unless he was misinformed.
It could be something like that, because I thought I had a bootleg of that entire show, and those are nowhere in it.
That's her logo. That's right. Cool. I thought it said Liza, but it looked a bit rock and roll for Miss Minnelli.
For how many rockers she dated, she can be rock and roll if she wants.
Irish prog band Frupp. You got me on that. I have never heard of Frupp. I've heard of
I thought that was just like a key smash. I didn't know that was an actual word or a band name.
I've heard of Fripp, of course, Mr. Fripp himself, with his lovely yet strange wife Toya. There's only one reason why I watch those Robert Fripp Toya videos. Yeah, I'm not even going to tell you. You guys go look at one or two of those, and you'll know why I.
I'm pretty sure I can take a guess.
But yeah, so I'm just like, oh, okay. And then what venue in, oh God, it may say it on the YouTube video, but it was in 97, the 97 UK tour for the Monkees. And I can't remember how many shows they did. Was it like between 10 and 15 or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. And then after that was supposed to be the UK jump off. And then that was
it.
I'm just like, son of a, I was so excited. I'm like, holy shit. And then what? What do you mean he's not on it anymore? And I'm like, son of a bitch. Because I knew it wasn't going to last forever. Okay. I guess even as a Monkees fan, starting to buy this stuff in the late 70s to early 80s and mid 80s, I just always knew that Mike was the one that was going to be the most mercurial. He was going to be the most temperamental. And in this book, we're seeing this more than I really imagined. And I'm
Before
like,
I was even into them, I found him the most intriguing because of that.
yes, and his solo work, his specific arts. I mean, he tried to be a step or two in the music video industry and making that stuff. I remember, although I know I'm not going to get this quite right, but this was in the early O's, I think, that he did this concert, and I don't know if they filmed it or recorded it. He went to a Christian Science church in California. That I can tell you, somewhere in California.
Well, we got lots of those, so.
Yes, and he used some new technology for like that and a pipe organ and something else. And I am going, the man is like, he's like Todd Rundgren, or at least he was, because Todd always was trying to push the envelope. Mike was another one too.
Yes.
And whether you want to admit this or not, people, you kind of have to thank Nesmith for a few things, especially that Pop Clips / MTV birth,
Exactly.
because it was him. It was him. And Warner Amex was like, that's the thing though too that I didn't know until I started reading this, that when Warner Amex went off and they're like, we would like to take, they were this close to calling it Pop Clips. They were going to take the whole fucking brand and do their thing with it. But when they came to whatever disagreement they did, that's when they went and shifted it to MTV. But Nesmith did get a cut of the MTV money, the early MTV money, considering that he was a co-originator of said idea. And I'm like, okay, so.
And that money is what he used to turn into Video Ranch.
That's right. That's right. We're getting into that point too. But so the other thing I didn't know about was the liquid paper, the whole Betty Nesmith liquid paper, Robert Graham, that whole thing, right? And I'm like, holy shit. So I was led to believe all these years that the minute that Betty died, Nes was going to get all that money. He did not get all that money, people. But here's the thing. Him, and I mean, you can't just blame him. It's anybody in Hollywood, anybody that was famous. They had that lavish lifestyle. It was very rare for people in the industry to go and save their money and live frugal. It really was. And so the bills kept mounting up. And the thing that I'm noticing, I guess we're going to talk about some of this now anyway, instead of later. I think one of the biggest tripping blocks, and I haven't seen the movie, and if it's on YouTube, I'll go try to find it. Square Dance. When he got involved in the movie Square Dance, I think was the big stumbling block. That was like the biggest thing that fucked up everything, because not only, and I didn't know this, but because he knew Brandon Tartikoff. Now, I mean, they weren't super chummy, but obviously, you know, with the TV part, elephant. Or are you coming over here now?
Let's be the cutie. I heard a meow. Hi, baby. Hi, Toby. Oh.
All right. Go.
And
go
yes,
back
Square
and go look for
Dance
Mama.
is in fact on YouTube in its entirety.
Okay. Thank you, Jen. So you people can go watch the movie Square Dance. I'll drop it in the
comment.
And here's another thing, though. See, and I love Rio. That video's weird, but that was one of the first Nez things. Hang on a second. I was waiting for you to like yippee. How did you manage to get home?
Lift. I just assumed since it was your day off, you'd like to wake up whenever you feel like waking up.
I tried that trick. I woke up at 5.
Yeah, I know, and that's what my joke was. I told her, I was like, knowing his ass, so he'll be up and about already when we get home.
It's sad. I wasn't planning on being up at 5. I'm on my own show. I'm doing a morning show right now. Although, unfortunately, the internet, it is back up and running, but the internet, and it was a Cox issue, that I had to pull everything out and shut everything down because I felt bad. My buddy Jeff, it went buffered like right in mid. I'm like, hell. So, but it's all back up. So.
But hey, that means you don't have to leave so early.
That's right. I get to leave so early. Yes.
Do you have anything planned at around the 9-ish hour? 9 a.m. to 8 a.m.
Why?
I was wanting to get some fast food without paying for DoorDash.
How about 9?
Okay.
Because at 9:30, I'm going to be heading out to go check on an antique mall. They got some new vinyls, old vinyl stock. But I'm only going to be. I figure screw it. I guess now that you're here and I don't have to. So maybe we'll stick on longer, people. But so oh yeah. So anyways, there's the square dance. She popped that up, and Toby, that's right. Yeah. So she was like looking for you the whole. She's like sitting there as usual. But she made a Toby appearance several times today. So, but yeah, so the square dance thing, big trip. And then I don't want to start anything since the man's dead. Do you think, because I saw a picture of him in an award
thing.
Do you think that that him and Winona might have had some type of a relationship that nobody really knew about, or at least a fling? Because somehow I could see. I feel bad. I feel bad. I know you're dead. Okay, I know you're dead or whatever you're at. But I'm going to bring this up.
Yes, and I got to ask him directly about it. So
did you?
Yeah.
So what did
So
he say?
I'm like, actually, I know some things, and whatever you're thinking, it's not as bad as what you're thinking, but a little bit, yes. But he insists it was very innocent. So for whatever you want to take that as. Yeah, I'm like.
So like a crush stage?
I don't know exactly what he meant by that statement.
Wait a minute. I gotta. Okay, so I know you're not gonna. So my son's showing me this. Okay, and this is making me laugh. So here's the picture. You're not going to see this very well, but what it says is.
Is that Danny Bonaducci?
No, it does look like Danny Bonaducci, doesn't it? Nickelback and Kid Rock co-headlining tour will be the biggest gathering of divorced dads ever.
Holy shit!
Probably. So, look, seagull squawk. Seagull rock squawk. I can't talk. So,
seagull.
Yeah. So,
actually, you know what it sounds like in that sequel to Rudolph? There's like that big buzzard monster thing. It sounds like the noise he makes.
Yeah. Oh my God, the buzzard. I forgot about that shit.
You forgot about Rudolph's Shiny New Year, didn't you? I'm the weirdo who likes that one.
Did you see earlier, since it was breakfast mode, that I played the Kellogg cereal commercials?
I didn't. I must have missed that part.
Yeah, I don't know if they did more than 2. I just showed the 2 that I knew of.
I think there was only about 2. If there's more than that, I've never seen the other ones.
Yeah. So, but yeah. So I mean, the whole as soon as I'm like going, did he have, that's what I thought forever after I saw that, because I never saw that picture until like yesterday, and I'm going, could he have had a thing with them? Because it sounded like to me so far at this point that the whole marriage between him and Catherine was ugly.
Yeah, I told you when you mentioned Catherine's name a few months ago, I was like, oh, the evil one.
She sure seemed that way. Now we're into the Victoria period, which I'm still looking into that, but it seemed like that. I don't know. Cool. I thought it was kind of funny. We talked about in the last episode, of course, how in 72, 73 that he was so anti-Peter and he was like slogging him. But the funny part, in a way, though, and I've caught this in the book, was that he started some type of recording studio, like in the late 70s, early 80s. Maybe it had to do with Pacific Arts, or it could have been a separate thing. But who went and did some recording there was Peter Tork.
Yep.
And I am going, where's those recordings? I said,
yeah, no shit.
Mike's not on them, of course, kids. But I mean, Peter and Mike mustn't have really hated each other that much, because it's like, okay, what's the deal?
Why do you think he was around in that time period to do something to Jessica? Good thing. All the time, like all of a sudden it starts going ding, ding, ding. Oh shit!
Wait a minute, though. How old was Jessica by like the late 70s?
Oh God, I would have to look. She wasn't very old though. That's why it's disturbing.
Oh, I hope that's not really the case. I mean, yeah, I know the Laurel Canyon behavior, and it's not just him. It seemed like it was almost everybody in the canyon was like this, and I'm just going,
Oh, he
they
never
had to have
outgrew
been a
it though.
mindset. Yeah,
He
see,
never
that's the
outgrew it.
problem. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm. And this is
That's
why
the
whenever
problem.
he had Jessica on the tours working as like roadie and everything, he had people keeping eyes on her at all times if Peter was anywhere in the vicinity, just to make absolutely sure. Even in like the 2012 tour and everything like that. And I can attest to, like, I even saw some of like the interactions with that of everybody watching her like a hawk.
Wait 1 second.
Yeah.
So you're telling me, I'm trying to gather all this up because I never heard this before. So you're
Ooh.
telling me that Peter had his eyes possibly on Jessica, or of course anybody young.
Yeah.
And so, oh God, so Mike knew about this.
Yep. And he kind of hated him forever after it.
Holy shit! This
That
brings
was
new
where a lot of
dimensions.
the animosity with those two in the later years stemmed from, was that.
Oh my God!
He even fired a shot at him at one point and said, "You touch her again, I won't miss next time," is the way I've heard that story go down. I'm like, holy
crap.
shit!
You're hearing a lot of weird things here first, people, because and so this kind of brings up, we've talked a little bit about things, but obviously there's a lot of stuff which I understand you'll respect and not talk about publicly, and that's beautiful. But here's the thing: over the last year alone, okay, we all know that anybody that is in the entertainment industry, doesn't matter what portion, they're all got feet of clay. Nobody should put anybody up on a pedestal, and I never did. I've said that before. Never did with the Beatles. I never did with the Monkees. But the fact of the matter is, I did not. Now, even as a kid, I'm like, okay, TV show. I love this. This is great. The music, that's great. But I was a kid. I didn't know any of the stuff. Get into about the mid-'80s, I start hearing things.
Yes.
I start finding books. I'm going, okay, well, now just in the last year alone, between you, the book I'm reading, and another forum that I'm looking at, I am like, oh my God.
Yeah, there is so much dirt in this particular fandom that it's insane.
And there was so much dirt between all four of them. And the thing is, what's being shown here, that 89 tour date, for example, the whole walk of the, Davey was just going off, and I'm like, good God, man, what
It's
the
like, drink a
hell?
little less, baby, calm down.
It's like, what the hell? Was he, okay, at that time frame, do you think, because I can't remember, I know that, as far as I know, all he ever was he smoked pot and he was a boozer.
Right,
That's
but
what
he was
I know.
an angry boozer, though.
You see, that's the thing. So I'm wondering if he was majorly in '89 hitting the sauce, even in those Monkee tours and stuff.
Yeah, pretty much from the point where he divorced Jessica onward, he never really stopped after that point.
Animosity. What a wild word. Yeah, it's true. Second cup, John. Very good. Yes, this is probably my fourth at this point.
Dang.
But and then the other thing, we almost, and I didn't really know about this. I did and I didn't. That, ladies and gentlemen, we almost had a brief Monkee reunion in September 1980 when all of them actually agreed to appear at the Emmy Awards for an awards. Yes, and I'm like, I didn't know this, and I'm just like, holy shit,
robbed.
We did get robbed, because anybody that's a TV nut is going to know that the September 1980 Emmy Awards did not happen due to, there was a strike. I don't know if it was a writer strike, actor strike, whatever. But now it made more sense, though, once I read what I read. Davey and Peter still wanted to do this. Mickey and Mike said no out of respect to whatever the party went. And I'm like, okay, well, I get it, because you're both directors. Now,
they're both directors, and also the other two are more like, their careers were kind of floundering at that point. They needed the cash.
Yeah,
they're like,
and they were pissed. They were pissed at both of them for quite some time. But I'm like, I get it now. Okay, I get it. And Davey and Peter, yeah, you needed the money, but you know, especially in 80 when, well, the only one that was quasi succeeding was Mike.
Exactly.
There was nobody else. But you know, so knowing all of these little bits and things that it appears that us Monkee fans and Nesmith fans and everybody else, we were lucky to get the product we got to listen to.
Basically.
Good Times, one of the best fucking albums that ever got. That to me now, knowing this shit, sounds like a miracle in itself.
Exactly.
That it ever happened. There had to have been a lot of this, is what I'm thinking.
Yep.
And that Davey, of course, I don't know who to believe. Mike claims, ha ha ha, that supposedly before Davey died, that they were talking about doing a album and a one-off tour. And I'm going, if that's true, that would have been great. If he's fibbing because Davey's dead now, that's not cool. But
yeah, he kind of just said shit to say shit. He kind of did the same thing after Peter went too, if you remember, where all of a sudden he was turning on his heel and saying the complete opposite of everything he'd ever said about Peter at that moment. It's like, yeah, no.
Death will do that to people. You end up, you sit there and you might we could say this about any relative. Let's say everybody out here's got a black sheep of the family, okay? And I was the black sheep of the family for quite a while before things got made up and everything.
And then all of a sudden, oh, magically they're on this pedestal now.
Yeah. And I'm just going, hold on one second. I'm like,
well, it tends to go one of two ways. You either put them on a pedestal or they get vilified that much harder than they were in life. It goes either direction.
But us Monkees fans, we do love them very much, no matter how dysfunctional.
Oh, yeah.
And how, so, you know, but I have a new attitude, though, now with them, you know, and
it's just you have to keep that healthy dose of reality and perspective about it when you look at this particular band. Because they're not perfect, far from it.
Right, exactly, and I'm still glad, you know, that whether Mickey needs the money or not, I'm still glad that he's out there representing that band. And although I wish certain people would disappear behind the scenes in that band, you know, for Mickey, but whatever. Yeah. Yeah, I told my friend, something happened, or he would have been at the St. Charles Arcada show. He was going to go. Yeah. And I'm just like, you need to at least see him once. If he comes down here, you're damn well I'm going to see him. They never came around here after 13. That's why I never really got to see him again.
Boy, like the Rain Man that goes on in my brain, like thinking through like the tour dates on each of these, like Tulsa. I don't know how my brain has it so committed to memory. But I'm like, you're right.
There was never a Little Rock date even. There wasn't a Tulsa date after the 2013, to my knowledge. And I'm like, because I would have gone again. And when I saw him in 13 in that lineup, I bawled like a baby. I was sitting here and I'm like, especially. Yeah, I'll admit it. Psycho does once in a while have feelings, even if I don't have a heart. But especially when they fucking put that Daydream and I'm going, I said, he's missing. There's an element. Actually, I started crying a little bit because I love the video clips that they would do, like to take their little breaks or something. And they put on Daddy's song, and I fucking lost it. I'm sitting here, and I'm going.
No one warned me that was going to be a thing on that tour, and this was like the only time in my life I didn't look at spoilers before I went. Yeah. And oh, how I wished I had after that, because I ended up looking like Alice Cooper after the fact. So.
I get you. It
was like between the video for Shades of Grey, I Want to Be Free, Daddy's song, and then Daydream Believer. It's like, wow, you're just ripping my heart out and stomping on it on the floor right now. Holy shit.
And I can't remember how the selection process for that. I think they only did that for 3/4 of the tour, and then they're like, screw this, we're just going to sing it ourselves. But various fans would have.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know if I could have done it. I was like, hey, you idiot, come up here. I'd be like,
yeah, they're trying to claim this isn't our song anymore. This belongs to you now. So they pull up a random fan and have them sing it instead.
I thought it was an interesting concept for the tour. I think they should have kept it. That would have been kind of funny for like every. All right, come on, your turn to come up here. I would have froze. I would have been sitting there going,
don't feel bad.
first, if I was up there, I would have tried to sing, and then I would have tried to shake hands and hug all three of them. I just would have been like, "Thank you, I'm off. I sang horribly. I'm sorry. Thank you."
Yeah, one of the two girls that got pulled up on stage at the show I went to, I heard from behind the scenes and everything. She had been going from show to show, was hooking up with Mickey, so I was like, "Oh, that's why she got picked."
Oh
I see.
my!
Wow. Yeah, I was like, "Wow, I see."
That's terrifying.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
You know, and that's the other thing too, right? So I want to. I know he's not going to watch this fucking show, but Andrew Sandoval, he deserves such kudos over, because that was the tour. That was, I think, the first tour that before the show started. That yes, they played the commercials. They played and they played some unreleased music, because I'm sitting here and I'm going, "What is this?"
And I think that's the
never
first
heard
time we
this.
saw the video for Sunday Man, wasn't it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I was just like, yeah. I said,
now, it sounds like you're like, if I had known this was going to be a thing, I would have brought something to film a video with. Shit.
All the things you pick up on later of information, I would have liked to have seen the monkey. Yeah. If I could go back in time, I wouldn't have gone to the 66, 67 stuff, because those screaming girls, I wouldn't have heard jack shit.
Yeah, you probably have hearing damage for life. So.
Yeah, I would pick one of two shows for 68. I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall for the May 68 in Utah.
Okay, I'm listening.
So, so the thing is that the audience wasn't as. I mean, there was still some teeny boppers, but you could actually hear parts of it, because they did a 10-song show after they got done filming, because they had to. I think they did like Circle Sky. They did 3 or 4 times, filmed it, and then for the people there, they're like they gave them a 10-song concert, and then something happened.
Gotcha.
Yeah, which I'm like, okay. I said this is like the last U.S. performance until '86. And I'm like, in Utah, of all damn places. And so
maybe it was more chill because of all the Mormons there.
Maybe. But something happened. I think it was because it was such last minute warning that some of the Monkees fans that couldn't get in there, they were kind of upset. Somehow, I don't know if it was the radio station, the band, whatever. They ended up doing, and I'm surprised there's not pictures or video or audio of this. They did a brief next day afternoon outdoor performance in that.
That's good of them, though, to make that right for those fans.
Exactly. And I'm sitting here and I'm going, well, wait a damn minute. Where's any of that stuff? I'm like, but yeah, it's like it didn't exist. It's like that. Oh God. And thanks to Andrew for pulling this up, the big heavy book that I'm not going to lift right now. Oh God, I'm
using as a doorstop.
Yeah, I'm so behind. Andrew, I'll eventually get that Mickey and the Smoke-Filled Dreams book from Joe.
They're just so friggin' expensive, though.
I
but
know,
they're
right?
really good quality. They're really good quality, but oh my God, they're expensive.
Did you know that somebody actually had up for sale this week the Super Deluxe on the Day by Day with Andrew's with the extra goodies? Yeah, but I want to say I think the quote was, the guy wasn't, I don't think he was raking people over the coals. He was charging whatever that rate was. And I was just like, well, shit, if I had the money, I would have got it.
Yeah, see, that's why for the first book, I did get the Super Deluxe of the first book. Because I was
I can't afford that.
Well, that was when I still had like that pizzeria job and everything, and I was like, this is just like mad money to me at this point on top of everything else. So I was like, screw it, I'll throw this at it. I don't give a shit. I'll have more money in like 2 weeks. I don't care. So at that point, it was nothing to me. But
yeah, Dusty says, "Good morning, Paul and Jen. Jesse Crispy, it's Jesse Crispy.
I've never heard that one.
Neither have I. In fact, one of the things that I go off and I'll throw out there only because I was watching again the SNL Vincent Price Halloween and then Thanksgiving, but is when Bill Hader goes as Vincent and goes cheesy creasy, and I'm going, I never heard that until like sorry, that was me, guys. And
I
I'm
forgot
like,
about that one.
so I use that once in a while instead when I get home. I'm like cheesy creasy, and they're like, what? And I'm like, never mind, just go on.
You're too young.
Yeah.
Now, when I was in high school, people were using that one. So.
But that's the thing. So I did get you know what? And I know he's not watching this morning, but I have to give. We're going off topic. I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Not that there really was a topic. I have to thank Stephen Schneeb. Yeah. Yesterday got some really good news. I know. I have been wanting. Let's see. Do I still have that CD over here, or did I fucking move it? Oh no, here it is. So I showed this a couple episodes ago. The password is not breakfast crotch. Anyways, as James is like, what the fuck, breakfast crotch? So yeah, I know. The password is breakfast crotch. So could you imagine that for like celebrities, and you've got like Betty White and
oh my God.
Like, and Soupy Sales? I don't know. Use and so it's like you just hear the password is breakfast crotch, and then they're like morning hole, and you're like breakfast crotch. And even Alan Ludden would be like, oh, ding, 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 ding. It's just like that little
and
bit.
Betty would have absolutely been the one to get it.
Yeah, but what? God, there was one of the shows that I wrote scripts for. I show. Okay, this is where I stuck the bit.
The breakfast crotch?
No. But so I put password in. I put out like it's an old tape from like the early 70s. Okay, that's what it's supposed to be. So one of the superheroes is on there with Jimmy Stewart. Okay, but the character, okay, that I got is he's Mr. Ooh La La. He's a wrestler that knows 1,000 holds. He's kind of like Dean Malenko, but it's a little different. So it's like, but he'd get pissed off before he'd go to the ring if you didn't introduce him right. He wouldn't show up, and the announcer, because at one time he's like, oh, for fuck's sake. He goes, really? He's not coming out yet? Where is he? Where is he? What do you mean? What? He's like, but what do you mean he's not coming out until he gets a proper introduction? What the hell? Really? We got and he's just like, fine. And he goes, Mr. Ooh La. And he comes out, he goes, you should have fucking got it right the first time. And he's like, walks out there and beats the opponent in 30 seconds and goes back out. He goes, I'm going for a drink and you're not invited. So as they said to the announcer. So the password though, so Mr. Ooh La La is just there, okay? And Jimmy Stewart, but Mr. Ooh La La, rest in peace, Randy Savage, wherever you are. When I wrote for him, I had him in mind. And so he always would, this is how I wrote, was for him. And so the password, so you see an old clip, he goes, the password is rectal thermography. And so I've had this bit for years, and I'm writing this. And so, and you just see, he's like, you see in Mr. Ooh La La, it's like, ass temperature. And Jimmy Stewart, he's just sitting there and he's like, rectal thermography? And of course, you see Ludden going, what the holy hell? And he's like, and that's where the clip ends. And I'm like, so that's right. Anybody that is breakfast crotch and rectal thermography is your passwords for this morning.
That is incredible.
By the way, I appreciate the 27 people that are in here. Oh, okay. You know what? I have it up. Oh no.
What?
I was planning on clicking him on. He disappeared.
Who was it?
Mr. Allen. I'm like, what the hell? He was up for 2 seconds. It was like a whiny, tiny kind of thing here. He went, come back to the dark.
Maybe he's messing with you.
I'm an idiot. Who's Roy Haynes?
I don't know who that is either.
So I'm sorry. Back to point.
Okay.
So, there he is.
Okay.
Stay on, sir. Stay on. 1,000 apologies. It was Cox Internet. I said Cox that fucking did this. It was not me. What are you playing?
I think that's his ringtone. My mom has the same ringtone.
Yeah.
Jazz drummer, John says. So jazz drummer,
okay.
Roy Haynes. Rest in peace this morning's tribute video right here. Before you show those 45s again, please. Okay. So Stephen Schnee announced on Facebook yesterday. This is how I knew about this. And
hold on a second, I gotta take this.
Okay.
You do that. And listen, since you're ordering breakfast, Jen and I would like.
Bring me some hash browns.
Well, he said I think he wants me to drive and take him for breakfast food later. So
there you go.
Okay, so I'm making myself big for a second. So the thing is, Stephen Schnee goes off and announces, okay, holy shit, Roy was 99? Damn it! Now if I knew that, I wanted Roy to make it to 100. Damn it, Roy!
Yeah, that's always unfortunate.
Did he at least make it to 99 and a half? Because as we know, ladies and gentlemen, as James Brown has told us, 99 and a half just won't do. So I know that.
Hey,
was
Paul,
shitty.
I'll be back in about like 5 minutes.
You do that, sir. You do that. Okay. So, Badfinger. We brought up Badfinger, one of my favorite 70s bands. And this actually made me tingly. Any Monkees and John Lennon or Beatles stuff, because I showed Jen, and if you people don't, for example, they discovered a third song on the April 1975 Salute to Sir Lou Grade. He did Slippin' and Slidin' and Imagine, but on the tape they found Stand By Me. Why it took almost 50 years, and they are cleaning it up. Us Beatle fans and John Lennon fans will be seeing that next year. I know. This is cool. So, but that's not where I was going. So, Badfinger, one of my favorite bands, I would say the second most tragic band of the 1970s behind Lynyrd Skynyrd. I'm telling you, what a crack. So, in late 1974, they record this album, which never got released, otherwise known as Head First. I know, right? This would have been the third album for Warner Brothers in their 6-album contract. But you can thank the jackass manager, Stan Polly, who hopefully is burning in hell, for taking some of the money and the publishing revenue. There was a bunch of shit that went down that some escrow account was messed with by Mr. Polly. Warner Brothers froze the Wish You Were Here album and it was going to be a hit. It was going up the charts. That's a fucking good album if you people have never heard that album from Badfinger. But this one here. So the story is they recorded this very quickly, like six weeks, if I remember right. That's all they did for this. And you already had, Pete Ham, what a genius. Lay Me Down and Keep Believing. Those are two great hits. If you guys have never heard those, go listen to them after the show because they are really good hits. They're strong Badfinger hits. So when this CD from Snapper Records in the UK came out in 2000, I happened to find this thing. It does say here $7.99. I did not pay $7.99 because there was a sale. I think I paid $5 for this damn thing. This thing, I guess, used to go for decent money on Discogs or wherever the hell. It's a really good disc, okay? And then this is actually a 2-disc because you get demos and bonus tracks on here too for that Snapper edition. Well, the excuse was when this came out, Ralph McDonald was the engineer of that sessions for Head First in late '74. He happened to have, I don't know what we want to call it, a rough mix copy of the whole album. That's how we got him, because the story went that Warner Brothers, the master tapes were lost or destroyed. Well, they found the damn tapes. And next month, December 10th, on vinyl, you get Head First for the first time ever on master tape, and CD sometime in 2025. So I am happy about that, because that gives me hope, ladies and gentlemen. That gives me hope that they'll fucking find the Changes master tapes for the Monkees, and maybe we can have a true great release. I know Andrew Sandoval's working on it. Andrew, maybe he found some and we don't know it. But we talked about one of the tracks that you can hear on YouTube. Which Way Do You Want It? Which I think should have been on the Changes album, but whatever. What do I know? I'm an idiot. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
You might want to mute him while he's on the phone.
Oh, thank you. I didn't know he was on. Okay, I'm sorry, guys.
It's okay. I was like,
anyways,
stay focused, not get distracted.
John, don't feel bad about that, because that Snapper release that I showed, I think Snapper went bankrupt by 2002. So you maybe had 18 months and it was gone after that. So the one I'm looking for, and if anybody's got it reasonably priced, I'm looking for the 7273 Live BBC on Strange Fruit. That was the name of the label. And they even played cover songs, which I thought was odd. I'm told that their version of Feeling All Right is actually quite interesting. But yeah, so Badfinger master tapes. Maybe, like I said, we'll get some Monkee master tapes. Andrews went off and said that there actually was some Good Times leftovers. I think we watched the same interview. Yes. So, I mean, there is some stuff left.
But there's some. Like, you could scrape it together and probably make a release out of all of it cumulatively, I would think.
Which is what they've been
Missing Links 4.
Exactly. Thank you. That's what I got. About 2 or 3 years ago, there was a rumor that popped up that there was going to be a Missing Link Volume 4.
Right,
and
that's what I heard too.
Yeah, and a lot of people went off and they're like, well, what? And I'm going, oh, there could be a combination of things. I said, just give it time. They'll figure it out. I think it would have been one of those things. It would have been a lot of studio and live mishmash, but who cares? We would have bought it. We would, and just that would have been that. But I don't know what happened. Maybe
it's still in the works. I don't know.
Rhino is not the same as it was even back in 2016. For a band of that stature to get an out, and we have to thank the people, and Schlesinger, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, for majorly. I mean, I didn't know from Fountains of Wayne. I'm like, what the hell? We're going from Fountains of Stacy's mom to you're going to do the Monkee thing. And then, So, I mean,
he did a great job with it, though.
Yes, he did. So him and Andy Partridge and Paul Weller and just bunches of people threw stuff together. And I was like, hallelujah, this works. There's like the combination of the archival stuff, like the Good Times. I don't understand why they threw Love to Love, though. I mean, we already heard that. It's like,
I know, but they wanted the Davy inclusion in a way, and that was the way they could think of to do it.
Well, I know I would have wanted it too, but there had to have been something else that we never heard before. But so that, I mean, it's just great to have the other three, doing their thing. And I'm like, and of course, now that we're hearing all what we're just talked about, I'm surprised that damn album was even done. Exactly. And when when Monkey Party came out in 19.
You mean
I'm
Christmas
like,
party?
yeah, Christmas Party, and we should have been Monkey Party. But when Christmas Party, and of course I didn't know any knowledge of any of it, and
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, good, we finally to find out that it was just it was very deceptive. It was very deceptive, and
Yeah, it was mostly
like
Mickey, but I mean, given the timing of when it was recorded, I mean, Nesmith's vocals were recorded like within 3 months of his open heart surgery. So, all things
oh
considered,
wow,
he sounded pretty damn good for being that freshly out of that. So,
I liked his version. I think it was Snowfall.
yeah.
It was Mel Torme. That's who originally did. And I'm like, I like this. I said, and I like that. I like that. And I know some people, some solo people or Beatle people are going to go, I like Mickey's version of Wonderful Christmas Time. I really, really do. And I like the way he did it. I said, I think it's kind of odd that he chose that song, but
Well,
I'm just.
here's the thing. If you look at Mickey's solo output, most of his albums have at least one Beatle or solo Beatle cover amongst them. So I am in no way surprised.
That is true, I guess. I didn't think about that at the time.
Yeah.
But yes,
He's a Beatle fanboy just like the rest of us.
Some of the songs though, like Unwrap You for Christmas, I'm like going,
I know the girl it was written about.
oh, is that right?
I've seen the photo that inspired it.
Oh my. Was she a young one?
Yes. And it's something that the fandom knows of and they can't stand. So
slightly
you might be able to take a fairly good guess just off the top of your head and be correct. So the initials EW, that's all I'll say.
Oh. Okay. Well, that. Oh, hi. Okay, you're back now.
Yep, I'm here.
All right, you're here. You're here. Yay!
Yay!
Yay! I can't even believe I got dinged for yeah, I can't. Yeah, I can't believe I got dinged for that. What the fuck that we showed the puppet? Yeah, I got dinged for all that shit. I'm like, what the hell, you people?
I mean, that's Comedy Central, which I think is also Viacom. That's why.
No, but Jimmy Kimmel and Adam Carolla own that stuff.
Yeah.
So just say you got dinged by them.
Don't give me that bad finger.
I like Badfinger, but when I listen to them, I get you just think of like how they ended.
Yes.
And you're like, gosh, damn.
But such wonderful, wonderful stuff. But like I was mentioning, I don't know, several episodes ago, I bought that Tom Evans demo thing that came out. That's only 1,000 copies. And yeah, I'll admit, I was talking to Schnee about this. I said, I need to get the Gwen Gardens and I need to get the Evans thing, which I did end up getting both of those. And I only liked a third of the Evans disc, and I like probably about 2/3 of the Pete Ham one. So I'm like, I hate to say this. I think we know who really was the genius in that band, but I mean, they couldn't have. What was it? I mean, I always had to correct people. Oh boy. That's probably something I shouldn't be doing anyway. But when they're like, "Oh, I love that they covered that hit from that hit that Nielsen wrote called Without You," I'm like, "Wait a minute, that's not the case." But see, I don't like the original. I don't like Badfinger's version. I'm not that big of a fan. And I'm like, and Harry was recording in the next studio, like for whatever Badfinger's next album. And Harry was there. He goes, and he brought Pete and Tom in. That's it. And he's like, I'd like you to hear what I did.
So you're telling me that Nielsen didn't write that track?
No.
I didn't know that.
It was Pete Ham, Tom Evans. It was Badfinger.
All right.
So yeah, and in the original, I'm sorry, it's okay, but Nielsen made it, and I'm just like, and even Pete and Tom were like looking at Harry and going, "My God."
Did they also write Everybody's Talking or no?
No.
Okay.
No. Yeah, that was Harry. And I love that one. I love that one too, of course. And I don't know why, but I'll get Ear Candy In and Out for
Put the line in the
Talking
coconut.
about my best friend. Because I don't even know if they even show that show anymore on
They
anybody's.
don't.
Yeah, I remember.
I wish they did, but
They probably got all mad because his was she maid? What was she?
Yes, she was a maid.
Yeah, well, okay. They probably get all butthurt because the maid was Asian. So what? She actually loved those two, and on the show.
I thought she was kind of hot. Sorry.
No. I'm not. I never would have thought. Now I'd have to go back and look at her again.
You call that Caucasian Asian?
Oh
my. See that? Oh, Fred Neil. Okay, if anybody would know, it's going to be this guy. Yeah. Everybody goes.
Thank you.
Well, Psycho, you know a lot. No, Mr. Schnee here is. I've realized it knows at least 10 times more than what the hell I know. But Schnee, did you hear what I said about that? I complimented that you brought up the news about this. I cannot wait. I will be buying the vinyl and the CD. It's like that Fry meme. Take my money. It's going to be one of those. Jeff, will you do me a favor if you still have those 45s and start showing them a little bit? And I'm going to go I'm not ignoring you, but considering I saw the first couple 45s, that gives me time to get coffee and then I'll come back for the rest.
Okay, where did I leave off?
That is a lot of coffee. That's like cup number 5 for him, I think.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
he's gonna be brewing up a turd.
I was about to say, how's he not pooping himself?
I don't know. I can't
like
drink
2 cups and I'm in the bathroom, like TMI, but sorry, but it's like, oh my God, I'm having number 5.
Okay, this is the one I left off with. This was someone did a cover of this for the Rain Man soundtrack.
Yeah.
I forgot her name. I've got the 45. But this is original by the Dixie Cups.
Okay.
They originally did Going to the Chapel and where. But it's upside down, sorry.
He's hanging on a wire. Oh, there you go. The other hit they had.
Yeah, I think the Bell Stars did it on Rain Man.
Oh,
I love the
God, there's a band I haven't heard of in a while. What the hell was their big hit? Bell Stars had one. I remember MTV used to show the video for that back in the day. Hey, Schnee, what is it? He's probably like, I know what it is immediately.
The Times?
That's it. That's right. Thank you, Jeff.
Yay! Yay! That's great, lady. I get to bring 2 of my friends. This has got, for a 60s recording, this has got the best beginning on it, where it's just like the drums are just like kick ass. And then it comes in with the bass. If it's see upside down again, see.
Oh yeah. I'd rather hear that any day than Groovy Kind of Love.
Oh my gosh, that song kicks ass. And I didn't know that Bobby Boris Pickett, not only did he do the Monster Mash, but he did Monster Motion.
I've never heard of that.
I never heard of that one.
And Monsters Holiday. So you get a Christmas song too.
Huh.
And this is on the Garpax label.
Oh, okay.
Label, so I don't know if it's a promo or not.
I've never seen that 45.
That was cool. Listening to that, I'm like, oh my God, you did a Christmas song? That's great.
Oh yeah, if you want to hear it, apparently it is on YouTube.
Awesome. No, I listened to both sides and I thought it was pretty good. Okay. Me and my brother Joe always loved this song when we heard it. Because we used to have an oldie station back in Michigan.
Yeah.
Now oldies up in Michigan consist of like 1980s stuff, right? So you don't get to hear this stuff anymore. But I saw this one, I'm like, yep, gotta have that.
Oh sure, good God, I haven't heard that in forever.
Oh, what a great song. Oh, here we go. I got to get a better copy of this. I might have to go on Discogs and get a better one. But here we go. Soupy Sales. Got to do the mouse.
That's right.
Never heard of that one.
What was it? Was it the record store? I think actually had that in their bargain bin, the album. But I didn't bother to look and see if it was any decent condition wise. But yeah, good old Soupy. Rest in peace.
What we got?
Oh, Tommy Edwards. It's all in the game.
Many a tear has to fall. What a great song. This, I wasn't too overly enthused, would we say? It's Cher's version of Needles and Pins.
Oh, yeah.
I love that.
I didn't dig it.
Oh, well, that's okay.
I like the other side better. Bang Bang.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I love that song too.
I mean, Needles and Pins for Cher was kind of a sticky situation. I know that was.
I mean,
horrible.
I like the Ramones version of that song. Kicks ass.
Yes, I've heard that actually. It does kick
Not
ass.
that.
Well, I'd play it if I
took
wouldn't
a
get
chance on
dinged.
this one.
No, don't get dinged.
Stephen Schnee, if he's still watching, hopefully he might be able to tell me more about this. But I took a chance on this one because anything on the Uni label is usually pretty good. So I took a chance on this one.
Oh, okay. I had that album, The Fun and Games. Grooviest Girl in the World and Elephant Candy. That was their big ones anyway.
Oh, okay, cool. I thought the grooviest girl in the world. I go, that is a groovy song.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I love that song.
Ooh.
I didn't know that. Del
Entwistle
Shannon
did it too?
wrote that.
I didn't know that either.
Neither did I.
Huh.
I thought
Wow.
I thought John and Paul wrote that. No,
It
that's
does
Del
kind of
Shannon.
sound like something they would have wrote, though, isn't it?
But have you ever heard John Entwistle's cover of it?
No, I didn't know he does that.
Yes, he did. It was awesome.
Am I too late to hero?
Excuse me.
Here we go, Paul. I had to buy this one.
Oh, sure. Tommy James and the Shondells Mirage.
Oh yeah. That is just so 60s. It's great. This one I bought because it reminded me of my dad when he would like go out into the garage and like start drinking his old granddad. He's like, "Hey, Jeff, you want to try this?" And I go, "No, it smells like gas."
Alone. I prefer to be by myself. The Statler Brothers, Flowers on the Wall, right here in this bathroom stall.
What a great tune.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's upside down again. Sorry. I keep doing that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, come on, Sweet Pea. Da, 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 da. Steven says, when I first played Grooviest Girl in the World on Ski Lodge, the chat called it Kimba's song. It has remained her theme ever since.
Aww.
Well, that's because Kimber's groovy. She's groovy.
I took
We
a
love
chance on
Kimba.
this one. And I love this song.
Oh, wow. I haven't heard that in forever.
What a great song. Like
His first stab at stardom, ladies and gentlemen.
Yep. It was
Before
great.
Mission Magic.
Ooh, Mission Magic. That was the name of the cartoon series.
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh. You can go on TeePublic and get a T-shirt of the artwork for that.
Oh, that'd be funny. I bet you nobody except us would be like, well, I know what that is.
But that's it. Those are all the ones I bought. So you know what I had to do? I had to go on Amazon and get myself some sleeves for these.
Yeah, let's see. I think I've got 100 pack left. But yeah, Yeah. Like I said, I'll save this. I'll save the story for later about the 45s. They aren't as cool as yours are, but I found some oddball shit in these files.
you
And
will
I
too.
yeah, I love finding stuff like that. But I like, for example, I'll just mention this. I found if Wyoming Dave's watching, I actually found some
We
jazz
already have
45s.
to for Rachel's.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I knew that she was on because we had like about 25 people watching this, and then next thing I know, I'm
And this
like, that's
is
how
where
I
I
know.
see, because I put in the earpiece and I do both at the same time.
Yeah. So
I found him too.
oh, look, it's Frankie.
Aww.
It's
Yep.
Frankie.
And he sings the Monster Mash. I thought that was cool as shit. He still had his tag on him from Hallmark.
Yay.
And he's got a purple paisley shirt on. I'm like, that is cool.
That's funny. But yeah, I found some jazz 45s from 1950. I found
Ooh, Dave's gonna be happy.
yeah, because it's all from the same people, different ones, and then let's see, I found some Chicago label stuff. So somebody that must have lived in Chicago,
like USA
dumped this
Records,
stuff, huh?
Like USA Records.
No, Twilight.
Ooh,
never heard
Yeah,
of that one.
so I don't want to get too much into it, but Twilight and Twilight were owned by the same company. Your Twilight stuff was more pop rock. Your Twilight stuff was more R&B soul. And I found, yeah, and I was like, holy shit! So I'm like,
wow.
Oh yeah, that's right. You
Yeah, I
know
learn
what?
something new every time I'm on here.
I try. We all learn stuff from different people. Yeah, I did not know that Joe and Danny were going to do a show today, but when I came back from the internet mishap, that was one of the first things that I got alerted to. I'm like, shit, because I would have popped up on there.
Well, to be fair, when he does just the Joe and Danny show, I don't think he has guests up, does he? His whole thing is he wants it to be just the two of them.
I don't know, because the fact of the matter is, the last couple of weeks I was working weird hours. This week I'm okay. See, this week I'm working okay hours, and then Thanksgiving week's going to be a little bit weird. But I don't know. I may let's see. I've got the Wednesday and Thursday off. So
Well, to my understanding, and from I talked to Joe too about it, he said for right now he's trying out just he and Danny for those shows.
Okay, then I don't feel too bad.
And he said he might change his mind later on, but for right now, that's what he's doing.
Okay. No biggie. No biggie. But yeah, so you're not gonna believe this, guys. I with the exception of the internet mishap, we've been on over 2 hours 45 minutes, or at least this show had. I'm like, and then you guys are getting one later again out there, guys. My God,
you don't know how good you have it today.
You guys are gonna be all psychoed out by the time later today.
Might make them go psycho.
Maybe, yeah, probably. That's right. See,
I might have to go over to Goodwill again.
I don't know if you've heard this part yet. 45 cent 45s he got.
Yep.
Holy shit.
I'm just like, what that? Not my Goodwill. Don't do that good at that shit.
Not mine ever.
They took the Salvation Army out. That's not coming back in my town. I'm like, damn it. That leaves 2 in the whole 2 counties, and it's in the next county over for both of them.
They got rid of ours too, if it makes you feel any better.
Yeah, I wonder what the hell the deal is. Maybe they're starting to go south. I'm like, uh-oh. You've been around forever.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, I mean, so yeah, he got 45 cent 45s. Mine, amazingly enough, were 50 cent. I'm like, holy shit, I can't screw this up. When it's like under $1 for those, and I'm not talking about looking under a deer, but when it's under $1, yeah, there's
that took a lot of balls.
You know what? Oh God. I almost titled this. Oh God. You know what? I still might. Yeah, I'm not gonna tell you what the titles of the episode's gonna be later. It'll be Thanksgiving related. I will just say that much.
Okay.
Some people are going to go, "Oh, what the fuck is this?" And I'm just
Little
like,
birdie.
I feel like I have a rough idea of where it might be headed.
Oh my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'll give.
We'll have to talk about Charlie Brown Thanksgiving.
Oh God, yes.
That's like one of my favorites of all time.
So somebody make the pop. We need to make the popcorn and the toast.
Hell yeah.
Right
And the toast and the jelly beans.
You know, I gotta. Here's the thing, right? Okay, so two things got brought up since those, right? And only in the last couple of years. Number
About the
one,
one black kid on one side of the table and everyone else on the other side.
yeah,
Yeah.
online.
Why did they make Franklin sit in a broken chair?
Yeah.
I forgot that was broken.
Yeah.
Oh
His chair
no.
was broken. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well,
Think about that for a minute.
Once it's pointed out, you can't unsee it, and it is kind of fucked up once you've noticed it. But unless somebody points it out, most people, I don't think, even ever caught that.
Hey, Brian. Hey, Brian, have you heard any news of an ornithological nature today? Go, no, don't do it, don't do it.
My dad still trolls me with that damn song because of that episode.
I love that bit. And then, even though I don't like things that mock religion, Jesus is the record store owner. I'm going. What? I'm like, of all things you put, because like he asked him, what was it? He asked him for one favor, and that was to get all the copies of the 45 or that 40. I'm just like, oh no. And look what he started. Look,
Peter, are you okay? I love the Ramones cover of that. Oh my God.
Yeah, I've heard that one too.
That one just kicks ass.
Oh my God. But
I guess I'm showing my age or lack of it because, see, at one point in time, I thought theirs was the original.
Really?
Yeah, that was the first version I had heard.
See, I'd be happy with that. Especially on the It's Alive album. Oh my God.
Oh.
God love it.
Well, let's see, there would have been other turkey tunes I would have loved to have played if I wouldn't get dinged for them. For example,
Alice's Restaurant.
Alice's Restaurant. I would love to, on Thanksgiving, you know what? On Thanksgiving Day, I will do a broadcast on Thanksgiving Day. We will do one, and we will play it because I know that I'm going to have to trim. We will play the whole damn thing.
And we're all going to recite it together because we all know it by
the 8x10 color 8x10 photos, each individually.
I'm assuming for Thanksgiving Day we'd be doing this early in the day.
Oh yes, because as far as I know.
Hey man, what'd you get? I didn't get nothing. I had to pay $50 to pick up the garbage.
Oh my God. You can have anything you want at Alice's Restaurant.
Looked at me and said, "Kid."
Yeah. Yeah, okay, you know what? I love that song, and of course, the motorcycle song.
Oh yeah,
motorcycle song.
Oh, you've never. Oh, Jen, there's homework between now and then. Listen to that. You're gonna laugh your ass off. You will, because you're gonna be like, "What the hell?" And it was a minor hit in the early 70s. I met him once. I
don't want a pickle. I just want to ride on my motorcycle.
Yeah, and I was.
And I don't want a tickle. I just want to ride on my motorcycle.
That's right.
And I don't want to die. I just want to ride on my motorcycle.
Oh my God.
Yep.
My dad quotes us, and I didn't know that was from a thing. I just thought he was being weird.
No, that's a real song.
The Rivingtons. That's
right. That mystery for me that's been going on most of my life.
Excepting Alice.
I thought it was like some Eric Von Zipper shit because of the motorcycle.
Yep.
Here's a new twist. You've heard the 1967 album. Now it's become another movie.
Oh no.
Ladies and gentlemen, Alice Cooper in Alice's Restaurant.
You know how disappointed I was the first time I watched that movie and Alice Cooper was not in it.
Or Linda Lavin, for that matter, because
Still a Blondie.
She I heard was so full of herself. I mean, like after the first season, they said that she was borderline unbearable because she thought she was going to have this big recording career. That's how, if you remember, if you ever watched Alice, she sang in a couple different episodes because she was trying to get a recording contract. And I am going, you are not that good, lady. I am sorry. There are better. And when Polly Bergen left, kiss Margaret, that like it deflated the rest of the fucking show to me. It just did. So let's see. Damn it, where was I? Oh, so Arlo Guthrie. So when I met Arlo and I got him to, I'll have to find my signed Alice's restaurant between now and Thanksgiving so I can show it.
I just got 45.
Yeah, there's 2 versions of that album, by the way. So the first version is the official soundtrack, and then the second one is Alice's restaurant. Yeah, and the one I have is the one where he's like topless, but he doesn't, and then he's wearing the napkin or some shit in front of the table.
Yeah, that's the one that's coming up on YouTube. Is
He has the derby on.
Yes, I've got that version. And so I cracked up.
Man.
I cracked up about that. But here's the thing. I asked him about that, and I said, "What's the?" He goes, It was just in my headspace." He goes, and to top that off, he goes, We got it done. I think he said in 2 takes, that photo. And I'm going, pretty damn good. I said in 2 takes, like, okay, we got it. Here's the cover.
Okay, was that really recorded live, or was the audience like added in afterward?
Shit, I never asked him that question. I feel bad. You know what I told him though, that I was such a nerd that I tried to get like on the back cover of, I think it's Washington County LP. He's sitting there on a porch reading a Thor comic. I tried to find that Thor comic because I was going to give it to him and go, I don't know if you still have this. There you go. And he would have laughed his he'd be like, holy shit. And I'd be like, there you go. It's yours. Go read it again for the first time probably in 50 years. Go ahead.
Come on. He always had the good stuff to smoke. Do you think he'd actually remember that?
Really? Be like Ringo with I was too stoned to remember.
hey, at least Ringo was fucking honest.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I've said the whole time. Every time he uses that line, I'm like, you know what? I respect that.
Yep.
Rather than Paul just making shit up as he goes on and everything and claiming that, no, this is the way it always was. Like, Paul, stop. Just.
Yeah.
My sister Jenny called me over the weekend, and she goes, hey, you got to go to Taco Bell. They got Mexi Melts again. I went, oh, shit.
It's true. Yeah. I don't know how long.
I've been there like 3 times the last 3 days.
I wish Taco Bell didn't make me sicker than shit every time I have it, because I would love to have one of those again.
Those Mexi Melts, oh my God.
So for you, it's really dung.
No, I mean, it makes me throw up every time. It doesn't matter what I buy there. It doesn't matter what location I go to. I don't know if it's something in their oil they use or what that just does not play nice with my stomach. And
I can understand
damn it,
that.
I liked them so much too before that.
I can
No, but they even
that.
brought back the beefy tostada. I'm like, oh yeah. Here we go.
See, now you almost make me, maybe later today or whatever, I'll go to Taco Bell when nobody's looking.
Oh my gosh.
Psykos platters, due to technical difficulties, Psykos platter. Oh my God, it's hard coming. We'll be back in a moment. Maybe an hour.
At least I've got to where I can more or less recreate like the quesadillas that are like the chicken ones or the steak ones and taste pretty damn similar to how I remember them being. So I can at least do that. But
God, I love quesadillas.
The gordita, which was my favorite.
I was so happy.
So for once,
I was driving home from there last night.
Yes.
I had the Beatles channel on.
Yeah.
And what song comes on? Spies Like Us. Well, yeah.
Oh my God, I haven't heard that in ages.
Oh, I love that.
I love that song.
You know, you always get those people who are like, what a piece of shit. It's like, no, it's not. It's great.
See, these are the people that I insist they just hate joy.
It says,
I love it. I love the video.
Taco Bell uses grade F beef, and their rice is 21% edible plastic.
The disturbing thing with their ground beef, if you put it in soapy water, it will dissolve into nothing. My dad
What-
showed me this and I
what
was
will?
horrified.
What
the
will?
ground beef from Taco Bell.
Oh boy.
I'm like, what is in that makes it do that?
Oh my.
Mm. You know, probably it's because it's Soylent Green. And we know
Soylent
that's
Green.
right. I was damn it, you people beat me to and we all know what Soylent Green. I actually will do this. I will do this. I've done this to my kids. I've done this to coworkers. I've done this to my friends. I'm like, ask me what Soylent Green is made out of. What? Ask me what Soylent Green is made out of. And they'd go, what's Soylent Green made out of? It's made of people! Soylent Green is made of people! And I would do this, I don't care who was in the room. And they just would be like, oh, Jesus, I never should have asked. It's made of people! And damn dirty apes, it's made of them too.
Because if not, you should have been. I'm over here like, see, to me this sounds normal, but I was a theater kid and we were all fucking weird like that, so.
Yeah.
The last movie appearance of Edward G. Robinson.
Yep.
Yeah. And for both of those movies, that's the funny part because
I own a copy of Logan's Run.
I love Logan's Run. That's actually one of my
God.
favorite movies.
I haven't seen that in forever.
The TCM had it on one time, and I watched it just because Michael York's in it. And then I was like, this is actually awesome. I'm not usually that into sci-fi stuff, but that one, something about it resonated with me. I love that one.
Fred, I'll tell you something, okay? I remember when there was horse meat in there.
What?
In the McDonald's burgers back in the 70s, early 80s. And
yeah, but they tasted better back then.
They did taste better back then. And then to top that off, once in a while, it would cause me to trot.
So, like, what year did they
See what I did there? Not trots, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, but I'm like, what year did they stop using horse?
Hang on a minute.
Please tell me pre-85.
I don't know. Well, I'm going to find out.
I used to
I can keep my track record saying I've never eaten horse, and I have no interest in ever trying it.
You don't want a Mr. Ed burger?
You forget I was raised on the horse ranch. To me, this is personal.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, I forgot. When did McDonald's stop?
Do you remember when they used to have the light or the white and dark meat chicken McNuggets?
Yes.
I didn't know there was ever a thing with that.
Oh, yeah.
There was a time that they were different.
That was, yes, and they were actually real meat.
Well, I was going to say, was this pre-pink slime?
Yes, it was, and they were fantastic.
Okay, so the magic answer, okay, I don't get this, but the magic answer came up 2012. It says the company announced in 2012 that it had stopped using the substance the year before because it says McDonald's no longer uses the pink slime despite rumors. Was McDonald's exposed for using human meat? False rumors in 2014. It says there was false rumors that McDonald's used worms as fillers in their hamburgers. And wait a minute, and true. This is Snopes.com, by the way.
Yeah,
and yeah, and it says here. Okay, Dad, this is now remember, this is back in April 2014. It said the title goes under that report holds that an Oklahoma City McDonald's outlet was caught with horse meat and human meat in their freezers. No, I don't want to subscribe to you. Leave me alone.
Gross.
But then it says
it's okay. I don't eat there anymore anyway.
But then it says it was a false rumor. Of course, see, this is the problem. This is the problem, though. Okay, but really, was it? A lot of people like to go and cover their tracks. So it says here. Now I'll read what it says. False rumors about McDonald's restaurants using worm as fillers in their hamburgers and true reports of some retail chains being vended food products tainted with horse meat due to problems with supplies have been the basis of a wild, but then it says parentheses, but apparently believable claim that an Oklahoma City McDonald's outlet was caught with horse meat and human meat in their freezers. Now just to mention though here, the horse meat, okay, That went back to the 70s. So this is way before 2014. Now, this is I don't know who this is that is quoting. Oh, okay, hold on a minute. Such claims originated with a March 27th, 2014 article published by the, and I never heard of Hustlers, that's Huzlers website, which leads me to think it's a parody site, but I'm going to read you what it says. First horse meat, then the mysterious pink slime, now human meat. A shocking discovery remember, like I said, this was 10 years ago. It was has been made in an Oklahoma City McDonald meat factory and other McDonald meat factory world nationwide. Meat inspectors reportedly found what appeared to be human meat stored in the meat factory freezers of an Oklahoma City meat factory, and human meat already in trucks right outside the factory, ready to be shipped to McDonald's restaurants. Health inspectors immediately demanded inspection at various McDonald's meat factories across the country, and horrifyingly found human meat in about 90% of the factories inspected thus far. The USDA has seized McDonald production and shipping and will call for more meat factory inspections and restaurant inspections. FBI investigate. See, this is where I know that I think this is already started. You're going to call the FBI? I mean, but I guess it says because they're investigating the factories, which would make sense if it really happened. He says,
how did they get the human meat?
So
Well,
FBI.
Also, how do we know it's specifically human meat just by looking at it?
Okay, so this is where this gets a little more specific. Now, remember, this is all parody. This was done from 10 years ago. FBI agent Lloyd Harrison, if there really was an agent named Lloyd Harrison, told Hustler reporters, and most likely he probably didn't because FBI can't say shit. They're not supposed to.
And not to mention, would they really give their name if they're in the FBI?
Right, unless it was like a false name, The worst part is that it's not only human meat, it's child meat. That's the quote here. The body parts that were found across the U.S. factories were deemed too small to be to be adult body parts. This is truly horrible. The situation brings up many unanswered questions. How long were they using it? Where did they get them from? Blah, 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 blah. And it said, this is what it says at the end, so YouTube, leave me alone. It says, however, that McDonald's article was just a spoof from the Hustlers website, which offered users the ability to create your own news prank and trick your friends by sharing it, and has a history of publishing fabricated news stories. The Hustlers site also carried a disclaimer on its pages noting that Hustlers.com is a combination of real shocking news and satire news to keep its visitors in a state of disbelief, and is listed in our article about 5 fake news sites to avoid sharing. Unfortunately, multiple other websites have shared the same article, so that's how the hell it's all been mentioned. Now, I'm saying, though, that those rumors of the horse meat go back to the late 1970s. In fact, SNL, in their Weekend Update, mentioned it once. So that's how I know that this has been going on for centuries. Now,
centuries, you mean decades?
I mean decades. I'm still trying to wake up. 5 years ago, they built the biggest protein processing plant in the world in Illinois. It uses, that does not surprise me. If you people, and I say you people, have ever watched the Jamie Deluxe channel, Jamie Deluxe, a really good channel. I have known about this nonsense for about a year, that they have been trying to sneak this into foods. Okay?
And I know for a fact that they're doing it because certain things I've bought, I've found it on the labels.
See? Yeah. Do you have to look at your labels, people? Yep. So you mean the Tyson animal-shaped nuggets are
not necessarily those, but stuff that you wouldn't even guess. Like
only 3%, James. Only 3%.
My mochi ones. Apparently, it's in those.
No, it's no joke at all. We've had 342,000 missing
I
children.
was gonna start a conspiracy theory with that because remember that whole urban legend about the ball pits at Chuck E. Cheese's and like the missing children and there being like a trap door in the bottom of the ball pit and like kids going missing at Chuck E. Cheese's because I was like, what if the McDonald's ball pits had one too and that's where they got the child meat from?
Now, I don't know anything. I know what he's talking about, a Zionist company. I don't know about that. I just remember, though, ladies and gentlemen, if you've ever seen this movie called The Founder with Michael Keaton, and if you haven't, people out there, go watch it, because I'm led to believe that at least 75% of what was put into that movie was true. 75%. Of course, like any Hollywood production or TV show, there will be embellished stuff, but I am told 75% is true from the founder movie. Now, oh boy. So Fred is saying, a rabbi named Rabbi Finkelstein. All right, now wait a minute. Oy vey did a radio interview about 27 years ago that you can hear on BitChute, and he admits where the babies came from.
Huh.
Take it with a grain of salt, or two,
I mean,
because that kind of gets a little
stuff you
chewy.
can't post elsewhere goes. So
Yeah. So take it for what it is. Take it for what it is, people. But I will say this, though. When they took the beef tallow out of those fries, that was sad. That was very, very sad.
Like the change in taste, a lot of people have chalked it up to specifically that. So, but you're already ahead of me.
Yeah, and you're very correct. What the hell was that one movie that I saw? Where it basically predicted COVID. It was like a few years before.
Oh, I think I know exactly what one it is because I saw
China. This is funny. China, the bat, all of it was in this damn movie, and this was years before the COVID.
Oh,
yes.
What movie it was, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
People, you ever go comment on Jamie? And I've commented on Jamie's channel. Tell him Psykos Platter sent you. He will love you for it. Yes, Jamie Deluxe DLUX is a great channel. Have Jen look up that protein factory in Illinois on Google right now. It's not a secret. They did a grand opening for it, and they tell you what they're doing. It's called.
I already knew about that. Actually, that's all. I was like, this is not
Contagion.
a shock to me.
Thank you, Ruth Ann. Contagion. That was the movie.
Thank you.
And
I was trying to go back through like my viewed movies list and everything because I'm the nerd who logs everything I watch. I was like, I know damn well I watched it right near the start of the pandemic just by chance and was like, this is creepy.
But what he's talking about, hidden in plain sight. This has been going on for decades. And I think they think that people are that stupid. They're like, I mean, okay, explain, can anybody, I can't believe I'm going off topic here, but can anybody explain The Simpsons? How some of the events,
so many things,
or Family Guy, any of those, because they knew something was going to happen. They knew it. They're like, all right, we're going to put something about this. And everybody will go, oh, ha, 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 that's not going to happen. And then the photographs. You can't tell me. I mean, I always used to jokingly say, oh, they're time travelers. That's how they're able to figure it out. But it's like the media or whoever's like, hey, this is going to happen in about 6 months to a year. Why don't you throw something like, what the hell was another one? It just like okay, Family Guy had the Boston pressure cooker thing that Trump several times before he got elected. Simpsons spoofed it, and then there was that one scene. The one scene, what was it? Him and two other dignitaries, and the photo happened almost just like the animation. And I'm going, you people are not funny anymore. Because it's like you guys know what's going on, and you can take it for what it's worth out there, people. But
Jamie Seth MacFarlane.
Let us not forget the Simpsons episode with Trump in a casket. You know, the certain gunshot.
YouTube, we're not condoning. We're just mentioning Simpsons episodes.
Reporting on Simpsons.
We're just mentioning Simpsons episodes, guys. Don't do anything to me. So, Ruth says hi. But the thing is that
I eat cannibals. It's incredible.
All right. I just realized what time it is. It's 8:45, and he wants to go get probably food in a little bit here. We're going to wrap this up for the moment, okay? It is 8:47 in the morning, my time. 3 hours, 12 minutes we've gone. I want to thank everybody.
It's time for the traffic and weather.
It is time. Let's go to Jen with traffic and the weather together on. And then we'll get to that right after Crazy Elephants. Give me good loving right here on and Grooviest Girl in the World and Grooviest Girl in the World by Fun and Games. All next after these commercial messages.
I gotta play that single now.
It's a damn good song. Earl Speedo Carroll from the Cadillacs sings lead on just that song. So he actually was on another nice hit from 50s doo-wop to Gimme Good Lovin'.
Now the other guy's voicing that song, is that the guy from Ohio Express?
You'd think so. You'd think so, because considering it's a Cats and Cats production for that whole album. But no, I don't know who the hell it is. But I can tell you this. The people that are shown on that album cover were not the band. It was a studio band, and they decided to create, here you go. You're going out as Crazy Elephant. And I'm just like, that's Cats and Cats for you back in the 60s. Yes, have a nice day, all. And, of course, good morning, Vinyl Piper. And, yes, so later on this afternoon, I don't know when, it won't be before 4 o'clock, I can tell you that my time. That's the best answer I have for you.
Oh.
So, everybody, take care. God bless. Rock on. Always powered by coffee each and every time as we cut out to this. Take care. Psykos Platters is a Love Peace production.